And welcome to the Mazu, everybody. Hi, welcome to the stream. It's Tuesday night. It's time for Star Trek Adventures. Looks a little sparse right now. Don't worry. They're on their way. Well, half of them are on the way. Cindy's running a little bit late. She'll be here as soon as she can. She was stuck in work, so she'll be here soon. Barrett, unfortunately, tore up his knee and can not walk. He's on crutches right now. He was going to see an orthopedic surgeon today. We'll see how it goes, but he was not going to be able to make it today. So Barrett, we're not going to have a Walter Newman today because no Barrett.
Oh my God, Barrett pulled a Walter.
He did.
He did. Wow.
Apparently the Aesir don't develop better joints.
Oh.
They're good on anyone.
No, they're not.
Let's see what else we got going on.
Terrible.
How I'm reacting.
What? Oh, you're watching the stream.
Watching ourselves.
Let's see what else. There was something else I was going to say, and I forgot because I was distracted by the Barrett pulling a Walter thing.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
that's all right.
hilarious.
You really are. You're fine. Well, I don't remember what it was. So we're going to get started with some stuff. First things first. Hi, thanks for being here. I had barbecue a minute ago, and I just found out there's some stuck in my teeth, so I'm good. Okay. Anyways, hi. Thanks for being here. Glad you're here. Share it with your friends.
Like a morsel that remains.
Constellation lingers in the teeth of your memory. So share it with friends.
I kind of want that in gift form. I'm just saying. We can make that work.
Aaron Pews, get on it.
Boom. Okay, anyways, share with your friends because that's how we keep making this stuff. Tell your friends, share, and do all the things. And make sure you talk to us in the chat. A lot of times we're playing, we don't get to see too much, but we do like to talk whenever we can. We love seeing you guys being active in there and talking about all this stuff, so do that. If you're watching on Twitch right now, go ahead and follow. If you really like what we're doing, go ahead and subscribe. That stuff's important. And if you're watching the archive on YouTube, make sure you follow us on YouTube and do all the things. If you really like what we're doing and you want to help support all the stuff, you look in the doobly-doo. There are links in the doobly-doo where you can do that, whether it's getting a t-shirt or going to Patreon at patreon.com/Heroes of Awesome. Whatever you can do is great. But again, the main thing is that you're here, you're having fun, and tell your friends. Because we're here and we're having fun too. So, well, I hope. I don't know. Hi. Anyway, in case you didn't know, my name is Mark. I'm the GM for this evening. Hello. Over here to my right and at the bottom half of the screen, I never will get that right, Jordan, Kate, and Laurie.
Hello.
And over here to my left, at the top of the screen, Angie. How you feeling over there?
Angie.
How you feeling over there,
Lone
Angie?
tumbleweed blows across the table.
I miss you all. So lonely.
It's lovely over here. Cindy should be here soon. She's running a little bit late, so she should be here soon. It's fine, though. We can go ahead and get started. Anything you guys want to pimp out? Any projects or any shows you got going on?
If you're in Austin, Texas, and you enjoy live storytelling, my show Testify will be taking place this Thursday at the Spider House Ballroom at 7:30. It is only $5, cash $6 for a card. And the theme is classified, and we'll have 5 people telling true stories from their own lives that are all different interpretations on the theme classified. And it's super fun, and it's only $5.
$6 with a card.
And it's like you get to know people, but without having to get to know them.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really the ideal way, I think, to have an intimate connection with someone, and that is from a distance.
So it's kind of like a social party for introverts.
I think so. I think very much. It is a way for introverts to have feelings of closeness
without
having to make a conversation.
I love it.
Yeah.
There, I'm sold. I am sold. After the baby goes to bed Thursday, I might be a Testify.
You should do it because it's actually going to be a really amazing show.
Is it really?
Yeah.
They usually are.
They usually are. And I'm also very biased, but
It is your show.
but aside from that, like they're honestly usually pretty fantastic.
amazing.
Yeah.
All right, well, here you go. If you're in Austin, go to Spider House. It's a great place to go in general, so just hang out at Spider House. Go to Thursday, 7:30?
Thursday, 7:30.
Thursday, 7:30.
Doors at 7.
Anybody else got anything?
I don't have any shows in it this weekend, but I have enough friends who do that if I don't mention it, I'll probably get beatings. All week long through Labor Day weekend here in Austin. It's the Out of Bounds Comedy Festival and a miniature golf tournament. People don't give the miniature golf tournament enough love anymore, but I ran it for 3 years and I'm going to give it some love. Go to oobcomedy.com. Look up Out of Bounds online. You'll be able to find it. Shows all across town at the Hideout, Fallout, Cold Town. The North Door is hosting the headlining acts this year. And acts from around the world, from LA, from New York, from Chicago, from outside of this country, because there are other places too.
What?
But I don't know the schedule well enough to tell you exactly where. But you can go and find it online and then go and please yourself with improv comedy, sketch, stand-up,
Phrasing.
all of the comedies.
We really got to
Please yourself with comedy.
Phrasing.
So it was intentional and I have no regrets.
Fair enough. Before I forget, did anybody need a writing utensil before we get in the middle of the show?
Ooh, yes, please.
Yes. I think that you like a writing utensil. Shabam! Oh! Okay.
Got it.
No, I'm good.
What?
I've been good y'all, I got a notebook.
What?
I've had it for at least 1, 2,
But your giant Mad Woman conspiracy
3.
theory
It's a
page.
star notebook.
Start-
Constellation notebook.
Oh, very fitting. It fits the theme really well.
Yeah.
Can we give a little glimpse of your...
The conspiracy page, the
Yes.
Banjo conspiracy.
It's my favorite thing to look at, and I'm going to miss it now that she has a notebook.
No, I still need this because it has all of my.
Yeah, but on
your
the
stuff.
back side. On the back
on the
side.
back side.
yeah.
On the other side.
Oh wow, page O
I love like running
conspiracies.
daggers.
Like it needs red threads connecting all of the different
Yeah, there are actually a couple of them. There's also
Oh
this
wow.
one. If you, I don't know if you can see it or not. And then there's
Wait, who's shady? Kate is a.
I'm giving away my secrets. And then
Y'all already knew that.
yeah. Or if you didn't, you need to go to the YouTube.
Catch up on
Cage
back
Shade.
episodes. Cage Shade.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. We'll do that. Let's get started with everything because we're here. And hi, gamer. Thanks for saying hi over there. Let's get started. We got to figure out what happened last time in order to do that. Let's get Captain Rawls' thoughts in her personal log based on last episode.
Personal log, Captain Lenara Rawl. For all the progress and new discoveries made on Hearth, we've taken 2 steps back with every step forward. Commander Newman has soldiered through his physiological evolution with strength and determination, an impressive display of fortitude despite what I can only imagine to be a serious blow to his personal sense of identity. As a Trill, I can empathize somewhat, but his experience breaks the mold of what was understood, even by the followers of his faith. The people of Hearth have been dealt a heavy hand, with new details that upend years of civilization, only to have these nascent discoveries dashed with the theft of the main crystal. Our joint efforts with the people of Hearth to identify more details about the crystal's theft revealed precious few answers, and worse, seemed to have soured relations with the planet's inhabitants even further. They initially regarded us with suspicion, only to welcome us warmly upon our activation of the Yig and Kindred. And now with Mendel's trail getting colder, no closer to finding the crystal, fingers are pointing once again in our direction. Lieutenant Tashek is a new focal point, as her lost weapon was the likely culprit for the crystal's theft. It was prudent to confine her to quarters as we continue to search for answers. Although, if she is not responsible, signs suggest there may be an element aboard our ship working against our interests. Consistent with our experiences thus far, every effort to unravel the mysteries of the spacequake, Dr. Prescott, the crystal, and Mendel, our investigative efforts have entangled us in undeniably personal ways. From my own attack to Newman's evolution, and now a malicious agent on the Mazu. We must shake off the creeping fog of paranoia to focus on the tasks at hand, even as one of these tasks is to review our ranks to root out any moles as we determine our next best coordinates to pursue our original mission. I'm due to check in with Admiral Davis and our Klingon compatriots, but I doubt they can offer much assistance given the odds against us. Nevertheless, we owe it to ourselves, each other, and the Federation at large to carry on. Rawl out.
Okay, so let's take a minute. Let's figure out where we're at. So when we left last time, you had just sent Tashek, escorted her, confined her to quarters after the accusation from Cade that maybe there was something going on with Tashek based on the information you had. So you guys are still in the ready room.
Educated guess.
Just a thinking. You guys are in the ready room. What's the plan?
very good question.
Yeah. Well, since Morganth was not present on the planet when we had done our own investigation, and we had missed some pretty serious information, like the fact that Tashek's phaser was missing and had likely been used in the theft of the crystal, sounds like a job for Chief of Security to maybe sniff something out. Maybe having too many of us on the planet was kind of triggering some tribal feels from the people of Hearth, and maybe if there's just one person with some telepathic abilities, we can get a little bit better, clearer information about what happened and where to go next.
Okay, so you're gonna put her in charge of something?
I think so. How do you feel about doing a solo away mission on the face of Hearth? I know you like working solo.
Yes.
We really need your telepathic abilities. We're working against Mendel, who may be a little bit smarter than we gave him credit for. Whether he worked alone or worked with someone, taking a phaser from a Starfleet officer without any of the team being aware.
Well, it's clearly whatever contact he has, or clearly maybe isn't fair, but I'm inclined to believe that the person responsible for this is the contact that the packet was sent to.
Couldn't agree more.
Whether it was Mendel, Mendel?
Mendel.
Whether it was Mendel, I can only assume it was Mendel.
That's where we're still stuck. And
We've got a lot of assumptions, but it's not a wild assumption, right?
Right. Not a wild assumption. He may have worked alone. He may have worked with someone. Either way, the trail is getting cold for both him and the crystal, and that'll likely determine our next coordinates, so we can get out of orbit and keep moving, and hopefully help the people of Hearth, even though we've pretty much done what we could.
Yep.
I think we also have to face up to the reality we've been kind of tiptoeing around for a while on this mission, but Mendel didn't have access to the ship, and no one from Hearth had access to the ship to plant the code in the computer.
Well, that was also before we
ever arrived here.
Yeah.
So
before we knew we were.
I think I don't know. I'm certainly not going to countermand your orders, but I have to wonder if perhaps the commander's talents are better used with Lieutenant Tashek or anyone else who might be a suspect of infiltrating, operating against our interests. They're
Well,
just as
far as Tashek goes, I won't have any sort of advantage
of course Vulcans are.
as far as telepathy goes, and the captain might actually.
You do have a number of skills at your availability beyond your telepathy, though, that could.
But I wonder if actually, regarding Tashek, if the captain might be more suited to follow up that line of questioning, and you might actually have more of a rapport built to date. I will say that yes, all evidence seems to point to Tashek. So much evidence seems to point to Tashek. An amazing amount of evidence points to Tashek.
Given that,
I don't disagree with where your line of thinking is going in that regard, but we also can't ignore the obvious or disregard it.
I think that having her sequestered into her quarters is the correct call. I also think that that's perhaps the extent of punishment,
I'll definitely talk to her, see what
Yeah.
I can do. We'll divide and conquer in terms of trying to get to the root of whatever is happening here, but I'm unwilling to completely give up on Hearth at this point, if only because I still feel like there's got to be some shred of evidence about Mendel.
we just found out. I mean, there's someone, and whoever that packet was sent to is likely related to whoever took the crystal, if not who took the crystal.
Agree. Take a team of 2 additional security members.
You
or...
said so.
Oh, I did say solo. Forgive me.
I was excited about it.
I know, it's such a treat for Morganth to go solo, so, okay.
Are we, just to clarify, and are we sending her down there in an official capacity or more covertly, since we are not exactly welcome?
Right, I'm gonna let Godia know ahead of time that we're gonna be sending one person in the interest of discretion, assistance, and also for further investigation. We'll keep an open channel, or at least an open line, so that if as you find anything, let us know. Please check in regularly. I'm a little nervous about letting you go alone, but I know that's your element.
Completely reasonable.
In the meantime, for medical, see what you can do to find out anything from recent records or scans of folks aboard the ship that might point towards something of, I won't say a conspiracy, working against our interests. See what you can find. I think you have a nose for this sort of thing anyway. Please don't step on any toes as you do this, but follow your instinct and see what you can come up with for me. Maybe George has a thought or two you can brainstorm.
I'm sure he's got at least that many. If I may also suggest, unless you need him for any debriefing purposes, that Commander Newman may be stable in his current state as far as genetics go, but he has been through a great ordeal, and I would recommend a lengthy convalescence for him.
Could not agree more.
So, rest up, sir.
Rest up.
Don't argue. Commander, don't argue with me.
Don't hurt your knee.
No. Take a nice restorative nap. If we had a hollow suite, I would send you there, but those don't exist yet.
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
We just don't have one.
We don't have one aboard.
I'm
the
not
ship,
salty.
despite
It's fine.
Ramirez's best efforts.
It's fine.
Brutal.
Okay, so if I'm getting this right, Morganth is going down to the planet. Well, first of all, you have to talk to Godia.
Yeah.
Then Morganth's going down to the planet. You're heading to sick bay to work with George to see if there's anything that might do something.
Yeah, I guess I guess making sure everyone. Yeah, I'll work up some theories and.
Okay.
Sniff out them all however you can, if you can.
Okay.
It may be a little bit of busy work. I don't know. That wasn't the captain speaking. That's Angie.
I really. Oh, I so wish that was.
I was kind of the captain though.
All right. Okay. That can. Whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
After I've left the room, that's her saying that to Morgan.
Let's
I just need some busy work.
let's make the phone call to Godia.
Okay.
Phone call.
1-800-GODIA.
Godia, hi, how can I help you? You hail the planet, or the moon, I guess. You hail the moon, and there is a response. Godia does show up, and are you doing this in the red room or on the bridge?
Yeah, I'll do it in the red room. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Okay, so Godia is on screen. Yes, Captain, can I help you?
Yes, Godia, I wanted to let you know that we are sending our chief security officer alone to the surface to see if we can find any additional information about Mendel or the crystal. Our team was not only unsuccessful, but seemed to have soured relations even further in a way that we are sensitive of, but need to continue for the sake of our mission as well as your kindred and Ig. She can take care of herself.
I have no doubt that she can take care of herself. My concern is that the request from the council was that Starfleet remove themselves from Hearth, and having a Starfleet officer on Hearth at this point might bode ill. I would... Captain, I'm putting my neck out for you here, but I will allow it, but I'm going to have to insist that there's a security escort with your officer at all times.
Understood. She's chief security. I'm sure she can understand the precaution.
I would hope so.
I'll also see if we can possibly send her down in less conspicuous uniform.
Plain clothes.
That may... How would that affect things? I don't know if that would make them more angry or not. Your judgment, Captain.
Yep. I mean, because this is probably spreading like wildfire across your people at this time, we just want to minimize the amount of people who need to know. I trust you to disseminate this information on a need-to-know basis. You are sticking your neck out for me. Consider this a response out of respect for the safety of you and your people as well. Last thing I want to do is cause a mob panic.
Understood, and I respect that, Captain. Thank you. With that being said, I think you've convinced me that maybe we do need to go a little more plainclothes. I will find someone in particular who will be a positive escort and make sure that they are...
Clippy.
The finger puppets going on over here are just
I'm
great.
trying not to be disruptive.
Hi, Cindy. We will have someone meet them. Will they be beaming down immediately?
In 100 hours.
Okay. We will have someone waiting.
Thank you.
Thank you, Captain. And we will keep you posted. Be ready for a quick extraction if necessary.
Understood.
Good to go. Let's jump down to...
Wait, are we gonna have a plainclothes fashion montage? Like, what outfit are you gonna wear?
It's just black.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's...
Already tested?
Already done and tested and all the things. Do we want to give Izzy kind of the update on what's going on here?
Sure. I'll give it to you.
Hi, Captain.
I was assuming.
Yes. All right.
I don't wanna overstep
So
her.
we're orbiting. Morgan's back in action. So I am sending Morganth to Hearth in plainclothes to do a
Okay.
little bit more digging. Hopefully, telepathic abilities might help identify some things we haven't seen in terms of locating Mandalay Crystal. I've sent Cade to work with George to do some mole sniffing aboard the Mazu. He expressed concern, kind of has a nose for it, and maybe it's a little bit of busy work, who can tell? But he seems to really think that might be a thing, so let's see what he can drum up. Tashek is still confined to quarters. I plan to have a real come to Jesus with Tashek in a few, and that's where we are right now.
Well, I am interested in joining the mole hunt.
Good. I think you would make an excellent foil to Cade and to George. This will be a mole hunt of epic Scooby-Doo proportions.
Coming
right.
this fall.
Yeah, keep them in line.
Mole hunters.
Keep them in line.
I'll do my best. George
Okay.
does what George wants to do, generally speaking, sir.
Not wrong. She's right. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, well, let's do that. Let's jump down. You guys are heading down to sickbay at this point?
Yes.
Head down to sickbay. What's the plan?
I guess the first thing to confirm in any case like this, given the abilities of various species, is to confirm that everyone on the ship is who they say they are. I think let's go ahead and get last scans of every crew member. And is there any way that we can do a broad spectrum scan of the ship? Or do we need to bring in people one at a time?
I think that you could probably do a scan of the ship. I'm not sure that I'll let it be that comprehensive. Like, you could just be like, show me all the Vulcans, show me all the whatevers.
Like, I wouldn't be. What would be the level of involvement if I wanted to compare everybody's genetic signature to the last known?
You would
Do I need to have everybody?
Yeah, you're going to have to actually come in, get a sample, then compare it to what you have. So they'll
Okay.
have to come in and actually give you a sample.
Okay.
Or I guess you could use transporter logs for anyone that's been on a transporter. But the rest of the crew who hasn't been on a transporter recently, you'll have to have them come in, give a sample, and you can...
Okay. I'm going to have George go ahead and do the grunt work of assembling the records.
You're going to have me do what?
I need you to head down to the transporter room, gather up any records on, I guess, let's go ahead and do all crew transports since Let's do since the Mazu's retrofit, since I came on a K7.
Wow.
Let's have that. But I'd also like a demarcation at when Tashek came on board, since that seems to be a significant point in time for this particular activity. And then I want to be able to eliminate all of those signatures from our known genotypes, and then we'll go from there as far as whether we need to bring people in individually or...
Sounds great. That sounds great. Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad I spent all that time in studying medicine so that I could go and do spreadsheet work for you. But that's great. No, I'm on my way. Yeah, we'll make sure.
Lab
make
work
sure
is the backbone of medicine.
That guy's not doing anything.
I don't trust him the way I trust you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Look, honestly, I don't know who else to trust on the ship at this point. And if I can't trust you, I just don't even want to live. So if you're the mole, I figure I'm already dead. So,
You would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's accurate.
So, yeah, anyone else might be an infiltrator.
All right, I'll do the thing. Transporter, all the stuff, make a spreadsheet. Yeah, compare the things.
Yes.
God, we will have spreadsheets in the distant future, won't we?
Yes, we will, and it'll be wonderful.
Spreadsheets are eternal. I mean, if you
The
think about
cells will
it,
exist in 4 dimensions.
I know. I'm just can't wait for the tabs.
one of the earliest instances of historical writing is literally like shipping manifests in Sanskrit.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Wow, something you didn't know.
You know, it's been a
Food
long
for
road
thought.
getting from there to here.
All right, George
Don't.
leaves.
Please don't. No, it's in my head.
I know.
Well, it replaced whatever was in Mark's head. Sorry, Missy Elliott.
Now it's back though.
Oh,
You just said her name.
I'm
did.
not sorry.
You did.
Not sorry.
Which Missy Elliott is better than this? That one.
Sick bay. George leaves to do his work.
Excellent.
Anything else, or y'all just gonna? You guys want to have a discussion about what's next, or what?
Is he joined us yet, or
He just left to do the thing.
no? Izzy,
Oh, Izzy. Yeah, Izzy.
not Izzy.
I thought, is he done yet?
Izzy just left. No, has Izzy joined us yet? In she said she wanted to.
Got it.
So-
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Can I
As
have
he's
been there?
leaving
Can
you-
I have been there for that conversation?
Sure. Why not?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Oh, hey. Sorry.
The captain told me you were working on the mole hunt.
I think she's just trying to give me some busy work to keep me occupied. But
Honestly, that's a good thing for you to work on, but I was actually hoping to take a very different tack. So I think I may actually head to engineering and work with my team there, specifically Delaron, for the same reason that you're working with George. George has
because
been
you have a
here.
grunt at your command who'll do all the.
No,
that
George and
work?
Delaran are two of the highest ranking officers that have been here the longest.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
And therefore, if they are the mole, then that means they got their start long before this mission, which I find unlikely. And also, as you said, if they're the moles, we're already toast.
Well, we're toast to any certain degree that there may be a mole on board, but
Yes.
I think hunting for a mole when we've already got one caught in a trap is perhaps a necessary redundancy, but I'm more interested in getting and hearing the answers out of the likeliest suspect. So,
Let me know if you find anything unusual. I want to go through data records and see if any other changes have been made, similar to the sensor adjustment, and when. And I'll keep you posted if I find anything noteworthy, especially dates of when things have happened, so that we can maybe narrow the search parameters.
sure.
This would be easier with Morgan here, but I understand she's needed elsewhere.
Absolutely.
Good luck.
Same to you.
I hate to do this. I was taking some notes on Olos, where you said you're heading
Engineering.
engineering, and you were going to do what down there?
I want to talk to Delaran, and with his help, I want to basically just check for changes, for unauthorized changes in any of our programming, like the sensor adjustments that were made,
Okay.
and see if anyone's tampered with any other systems.
Okay. Got it.
I'd like to hail the captain real quick.
Okay. Get her on comms.
This is the captain.
Captain Rawl, are you on your way to speak to Lieutenant Tushek, or will there be some time before you?
What do you need, Lieutenant?
I'm working down a theory with George right now to make sure that the first thing that I want to do in this mole hunt is make sure that everybody on board the ship is who they say they are. I would be remiss, I feel, in my duties to allow you to be alone in any kind of confined quarters if Tushek winds up being something other than she appears. I'd like your permission to go and draw a direct sample to compare against what we have on file for her, both from her initial scan on board and from Starfleet records.
Sure, I see no objection to you gathering a sample, but you will not be present for the full conversation.
No, absolutely. I'd like to be there before you arrive and hopefully be able to derive my results before you ever even step through the door.
Understood. Take a light security detail and let me know when you've left.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so things are happening. So, just so I'm clear, you're going to take a detail to Tushek's quarters
Yes.
to get a sample. You're going to wait until after that's done before you go down there. Morganth has not left yet, or is she going to leave to go down to the
You
planet?
got your plain black clothes, and I mean, I told Godia it would be an hour, so whenever an hour of in-game time, however you want to do that. It was really just a way to sound like I was making
Has it
Captain
been an hour?
Technobabble.
Let's see. It has been an hour.
Yay! Thanks, Dice.
Okay, so let's jump to you,
Okay.
and let's jump down to the planet real quick and see what's happening.
Okay.
You beam down to the planet, and you see a plainclothes security officer come up immediately to you and says, Starfleet,
Yes.
I'm going to be your shadow.
Hi.
Hello. We're going to keep it low-key, and
course.
we're going to keep it not Starfleet.
Of course.
Okay, what can I do for you?
Quick question out of digging.
Okay.
We tried to, how much were we able to pinpoint the location? I know we weren't able to get a specific one, but were we able to tell if it was like the city?
Of
Data packet transfer.
No, you didn't really have that level of detail. You just know
Okay,
that-
but I didn't have that from the ship.
You did not have that from the ship.
Okay.
No.
Because presumably, okay. Well, one of the reasons why I'm here is we were able to see in our sensors that there was a packet of a data transfer that was deliberately shielded from our sensors.
Interesting.
Yes. The information on our end is a bit corrupt because of that. But we were able to see that it happened shortly before the explosion.
Okay.
We feel that there is most likely a link between this packet transfer and the explosion and the theft of the crystal. Because of the corrupted data, we were unable to pinpoint a location. But presumably, there would be no sort of ability to conceal this on your end.
True.
My thought is, if you're comfortable with this, or if this is accessible or realistic, if somebody on your end could potentially see if that was picked up, it would have come in off-world. I'm assuming that you are able to track off-world communications, particularly a relatively large data transfer.
Communications is not my forte, but we can see if that would be a thing. We don't quite have the tech that Starfleet has, but maybe
course.
we can see if something was found. We'll have to go talk to someone else. I might know someone who could help
Okay.
and keep it on the down low, if you will.
Preferable.
Sure, let's go see if we can find him. He turns and walks quickly towards a complex of buildings not far from where you're transported down. Do you guys want to stay with her, or you want to jump to do something else real quick?
I want to see. I want resolution. Resolution on Hearth.
Okay, you go
hot
through
minute.
the go through the complex, and as you enter, the security guard maneuvers you through, waves some people on, and waves you through, even though they are kind of giving him a look, but he does wave you through. You do get to a point, motions for you to stop, wait. He leaves and goes through a door. Not too long after, he motions you through the door as well. In the room, there is a person sitting at a solitary console, tapping away, tapping away. This guy owes me a lot of favors, and he might be able to pick something up. I'm not sure, but we might be able to pick something up. Specifically, he needs to know the bandwidth you're looking at, what type of burst we're looking for. You said it was in subspace.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the best communicators around here, but we can see what we can figure out. But if we get him that information, we might be able to see if we can find something.
Fantastic.
So I'm assuming you're going to give that communication information.
And I give that communication information.
Boom! Tap it, tap, 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 tap. Give me, I'm going to let you do a check. We're going to see how much they're able to find. Give me, if you will, a security and... Let's do reason. Security and reason check. Difficulty of 1.
Two successes.
Okay. Give yourself a momentum. Oh, Izzy, your name's all... Nothing,
Oh.
I was looking at the thing. It's all right.
I'm not there.
Not there, oh my God.
Oh yeah, you're Walter.
Okay, tabs through, doing a little work. So we do have some subspace logs going through. There is, it actually looks like a lot of interference because I guess our system wasn't really ready for that kind of data transfer, but I'm assuming that interference is what you're talking about because it wasn't long before.
It's the timeline lines up.
Perfect. So that's got to be what you're talking about. So it looks like something hit down here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we want to try to pinpoint this,
We do.
okay, see what I can get. Tap, tap, tap. You gonna burn that?
Yes.
Burn it. Well, it wasn't that far. It was right just outside the banquet hall.
Is there any sort of ability to tell what sort of device, or again, how frequently is there subspace communication?
Well, I mean, we use it to communicate. That was part of first contact with the Federation was we
of
were
course.
introduced to subspace. So we use it.
You use it, but how accessible is this to everyone?
Relatively.
Relatively,
It's
okay.
been well adopted since
Okay.
first contact. So
Okay.
yeah. So relatively well, yeah.
Okay, so this could have been any sort of device.
Could have been.
Okay.
Could have been, yeah. Without knowing more details about what specifically this is doing and what this burst is, again,
Okay.
it's showing up as noise on our sensors.
Right.
So I'm not sure that we have the tech that could really handle this, but I'm seeing something, the broadcast, it looks like it hit the surface right outside the banquet hall.
Is that an area? Is it too much to ask for everybody to have CCTV like the British? Is it an area that would have been? I know that shortly after the explosion, there was significant sabotage that was done.
Well, that was actually
Just
before the
before.
That was okay. I know that before the explosion, but presumably, if these are connected, this probably would have been the impetus for it. Is there any sort of recording or monitoring that's done in this area?
Well, sure, yeah. This is a pretty secure complex.
Would anything have been downloaded before the sabotage?
I'm sure, yeah. It's a live feed. I can pull that up. We can take a look and see what's going on. Is it you want specifically this area? Is that what you're looking for? It's like
Yes,
I'm
please.
reading your mind. See what I can figure out. I'm gonna let you roll for him again.
Yeah.
Let's do security and reason again.
1 success.
That'll do it. No momentum, though. It was a difficulty one. You look so sad.
Not so fast there, Captain Raw.
Easy there, Rob.
I like filling it up.
I like spending it.
So we do have some feed. That was a busy night. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Sure.
We can dig through that, but I'm not sure we're going to find anything. He pulls it up, and you do see a feed, and there is a lot of activity. This was a big celebration. There were people all over the place.
But I have a time.
You do have the time. You going to roll through all that stuff?
Oh, no, I meant I have a time.
You have a time?
I have the time.
Oh, of the burst itself.
Yeah. I didn't get the
sure.
location, but I did get the time.
You did get the time, that's right. So you do
So
have...
there's a window, actually. So yes, it's a busy night and there's a lot going on, but we do have a window that we should be able to pinpoint it down to.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Yeah, so you can pinpoint that. You know the time. You do have some video that you can find. He is able to pull it up, and you do get a timeline. And you're probably looking at about a 30-second differential with their sensors and
And there are
everything.
7 people that are potentially,
Oh, yeah. Yes. So within that 30-second window is where you're really looking at. So you've got about a 30-second clip that would match up with whenever the burst happened.
Okay.
And you're just going to dig through and see who's there.
I would like to see who is there.
Let's see how good your eyes are. Let's do insight and security. Difficulty 1. A lot of people, 1980s.
3 successes.
Very nice. 2 momentum. Okay. Tell me specifically who you're looking for.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people,
Okay.
other than Godia, who were present at the fancy party.
They were in the guest
that were
quarters.
in the guest quarters.
Right.
Who would have had the access to get the phaser and blow things up.
Right.
So it is, I believe, Sinka, Thea, Preth, Nino, who's a security person.
Mm-hmm.
So let's wait on that one, but still, I'm not giving up any.
Okay.
Odon and Jilta
Okay.
are, those people. Basically, I am looking for, or I'm focusing on the people that we know would have had access to the quarters.
Okay. All right.
Thea also helped with the investigation. She was the forensics person.
Okay. Going through the list of everything you see there, through all the people you want to see, you do see Thea in the crowd. Mm-hmm. You see Godia in the crowd, who was also staying in those quarters. You left her name off, but she was staying in those quarters. You see Storel, the Vulcan from the Mazu, as well. Wait, who did I say? You said Godia, Thea. I want to make sure I get everybody. Godia, Thea, Storel. You do see Sinka. You see Mino. A lot of other people. You actually see, briefly, Izzy with the chef walking through.
Oh, that makes sense.
And you
All
do...
saw me.
No.
I spent the whole evening with that chef.
And you do see at one point wandering through, you do see Tashek as well. So Tashek makes an appearance as well. Everyone else seems to be regular guests and things. But the ones you're looking for specifically and the ones that you recognize from your list, Sinka, Thea, Mino, Godia, Storel, Izzy, Tashek.
Does anybody look like they're checking a phone? Space phone.
Burn a momentum.
Yeah.
No. There's a lot of conversations going on. Just conversations, talking to people, laughing, celebrating, eating, what you would expect at a banquet kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Oh, I feel like there has to be.
Well, I mean, we've got the video feed, we've got a time. Not sure what else.
And everybody looks super normal and nobody looks weird at all, not even a little bit. I did spend a momentum.
All right, you did, but this is a different question.
I know, but it feels related. Because
We do also have another moment.
Yeah, we
But, hold on.
This is a different question.
She's
This is
gonna
different.
bargain you.
No.
Insight and security. Difficulty 2.
I would like to actually use that now. Okay, 3 successes.
Okay. Give yourself a momentum. Looking at everybody, just looking, and specifically you were saying that you wanted to see if anybody was just looking hot.
Or,
Suspicious.
Is her
out of
beta
place.
sense tingling at all?
I don't know if that works
That doesn't
over.
work. No, not over
Not
time.
But I am an
But her
observant.
training,
Yeah, I
Very
do
observant.
have.
body language, and
I have a focus in espionage and
Fair
a
enough.
talent in interrogation, and that would lead me to believe that my character would be able to actually be able, like, aside from even
Yeah,
just
studying body language is
telepathy, I would be
huge.
able to see if somebody.
body language, facial expressions.
You don't notice much. You do notice that Storell
I had a feeling.
leaves. Doesn't really seem to be communicating too much with anyone. He seems to leave. You also notice that Tashek, near the end of the video feed as well, leaves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vulcans are-
So
Y'all like a
the
separate
Vulcans
Vulcan party?
left.
The Vulcans left, yeah. You see, again, Storell looking kind of very introverted, if you will, and leaving. You see Tashek taking part in things and then seemingly out of nowhere leaving.
Yeah.
In the future, it's known as the Vulcan goodbye instead of the Irish goodbye.
That's fair.
That landed really
That's
hard.
really fair.
It's fair. It's true.
Someone out there loved that.
I did. It was
I
just
have to
really
believe.
accurate.
All right, what else you got?
I guess I'd like to go to that area. I haven't really gotten a chance to.
To investigate?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So I would like to go to the banquet and presumably the quarters that we were given.
Okay. He leads you out of the room back into the areas. Well, these are the quarters. There's no one in right now, but what do you need?
Would it be possible to walk through the quarters that Tashek was staying in?
Sure. Let me pull up the record, see where she's at. She was in that room right there. Let's check it out. He walks over, unlocks the door.
And there's just one entrance.
Right. Yep.
Okay. And like no windows.
I mean, there are windows.
Are they shut and locked? I'm just curious about like points of entry.
Sure. Yeah, they are shut and locked.
Okay. So it's really just the door is how people are
I mean, yeah.
getting in and out of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to say that the windows couldn't be unlocked.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Open.
And do we remember where Tashek said she left her phaser?
I think she just said in the room.
She just said in the room.
I'm not sure if we established this last time or not, the keys in this kind of complex on the doors, is it like standard deadbolt or is it like hotel keys with the cards?
These
and
are kind of
electronic?
like card keys. These are card access.
Okay. So would there be any record of like times of entry when like cards were
That'd be a
swiped?
great question if Morgan's answering.
So, would there be any record of points of entry? I don't know why I've been like picturing this like a medieval sort of banquet area. It's not a castle.
Not what I was
But I am
picturing at
thinking
all.
very. Yeah, I was like, so they aren't doors; they're just curtains.
No, this is next gen, not original
I
series.
know. I know.
Okay, what do you need?
I would like to check to see if it's possible if there are times of entry that the key card was potentially used. I'm guessing that there is only probably one key card per room, but then a master set held by, or,
Well, it's not really a master set. We can just generate cards as needed.
Okay.
I believe that evening we only had one per guest, although we did have requests for a few multiples because it was a party.
Well, just out of curiosity for the case, and not my nosiness,
Of course not.
would it be possible to see those requests as it might pertain to specific rooms?
Sure. Yeah, I think
So-
we can probably do that.
I'm curious to see if we can get the requests for multiple key cards.
Okay.
as well as to see if we can see when the key cards were used.
Okay. Can do that. Sure, I can get you that information and hand it over to you. I mean, maybe there'll be something in there you can use. Give me a minute,
Thank
and
you.
I'll be right back.
Should I go with you?
Not necessary,
I'm okay.
unless you really want to.
No, it's just that I'm not supposed to be.
If you're in this room, nobody can see you.
Fair enough.
It's probably a little more if they can't see you.
Okay.
So I'll be back.
Yep.
Hang out, make yourself comfortable.
I already am.
Clearly, he leaves. Anything you want to do in there while he's gone?
I just want to look and see if there's anything interesting in the room.
Not really. I mean, it's a standard guest quarter. It's nice.
Yeah.
You know, nice comfy bed, big
Yeah.
sheets, comforters, their TV version of video communication.
Why am I still picturing this like with candles, like with the candelabra?
Because they're warp capable, but they're still not super.
They're not
advanced.
actually warp capable.
Oh, well,
They're not warp. No, I know, but
there we go.
I'm going from like they're not warp capable to like they're
cavemen.
a proto Renaissance era. Like, this is basically like a Scottish. I mean, they're not Scottish, you know, but
Outlanders.
How did the Federation end up dealing with them if they're not warp capable?
There was just a first contact situation.
Okay, they had communication, just not
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
it's
And they're
some space
descended from
communication.
Norse mythology, so that harkens back to
So it
that.
turns out they might actually be warp capable. They just
Yeah,
don't know how to access
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
It was 20,000 years ago.
Right.
but-
Yeah.
Other than that, not a lot in there.
Okay.
I mean, and it's been cleaned. You know, the housekeeping has come through. So.
There's housekeeping. There's the television.
There's an ice machine just down the hall.
Just in the
There's sodas. Why am I picturing
mini
this
bar.
again like the 17th century?
It doesn't take
There's
too
a
long.
flag in the
Sorry,
palm.
the 19th century. I'm definitely picturing this like 19th century.
Definitely 19. He comes back not too much later with some data. He hands you over the data. I'm assuming you're going to want to dig through that data, so let's get a check on that. Let's do reason and security.
Okay.
Difficulty 1.
No successes.
Tell
Boo!
you what, I will let you succeed at cost, but it'll cost you a complication. So I'll give you the info, but you'll have a complication later.
What if
What if
I spend a momentum?
Do you want to get rid of a complication is what you're trying to do here?
No, I just feel like I already have complications, and I'm just trying to not add another one if I don't. If I can just if I can throw money at it.
I don't think you have any complications hanging out. I think we used them all.
But can I throw money at the?
No.
Okay, then I will take a complication.
Okay. Oh, that damn cat.
Wait, what?
Nothing. I got a message about our cat upstairs.
Oh, is it a picture?
No, it's not.
I mean, there was an audible message.
There was an audible.
Yes.
Yes. What were we? Oh, yes. Succeeding at cost. So you're going to have a complication out of this. You do get the records. People are asking for multiples. Where Mino, he asked for about 4.
Oh.
Mino's a guy. He
The
likes
captain
his
is
time.
broadening his perspectives.
Thea also asked for a couple of keys. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, from your list.
Is
those
it
are the
possible to
ones.
see whose keys they needed, though? For their own rooms?
For their own rooms.
For their own
For their own
quarters.
rooms, yeah.
So who's that, Mino and Thea?
Mino and Thea.
Okay. And then I wanted to know about when keys were used on a few rooms.
Okay, are you looking for within that specific window?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm looking actually for ours and not theirs.
Oh, for the Starfleet personnel.
I'm looking specifically on Tashek's room, and let's just throw Storals in there, if we may.
Okay, sure. You do see entry into the room from Storl, and you do see entry into the room from Tashek.
Is it that? How many?
How many? Oh, how many entries?
I'm looking for like how many, like kind of entries and times.
Right. You are seeing within that, I'm going to narrow it down because they were there for a while. But within the festival banquet area, you're seeing probably 2 for Storel. Is that right? 2 for Storel. And we're probably looking at about 2 for Tashek.
Do any of the times for Tashek coincide with when I would have seen her on screen?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Security guy's looking at his ear deep in thought.
Yes.
Stuck.
Yes.
What can I do to help?
I have a few questions, actually, about an incident that predates us.
Okay.
It goes back when we first came here, the Hearth, I'm sorry, you're the Hearth, the Kindred had been sabotaged,
That's a word for it.
desecrated is actually the better word for
better
it.
word.
Would there be any information on who that person had been in contact with? It was a Benzite Mendel.
No, I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I know of. I don't. It's not like we had a tail on him. It's not like we were really concerned. He'd apparently. This was not my call, but he had apparently made himself acceptable enough to the leadership to give him access without too much additional security involved.
Who in the leadership?
The whole council is involved.
The whole
So,
council?
yeah.
Was there anyone in particular that he had that vouched for him, potentially? Or that he had perhaps been...
I wasn't involved in those negotiations. That wasn't my deal. I would be shocked if anyone on the council was really that excited about people they didn't know getting unfettered access to the Kindred. Whatever he said was enough to convince them. Otherwise, I wasn't there. I don't know what he said.
Okay.
Do you want to jump back to the Mazu? Let's jump back to the Mazu. So, you were going to do something. Kate already did something. Let's jump to engineering real quick.
Yeah.
Engineering real quick. What you going to do down there with Delaran?
There are 2 approaches that I want to take to this.
Okay.
One, I want to just do a broad check through all of the systems on the ship and make sure that there are no signs of tampering.
Okay.
And secondly, I would like to take a look at the access that are newer. We have a whole bunch of new junior officers on the ship that have all come on since we started this mission.
Okay.
I would like to take a look through their access and see if anything looks unusual. I want to start with Tashek and Storel.
Okay. And is Delran assisting you with this?
Yes.
So you are starting with new officer access, focusing on check and Storl.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you sit down at your your terminal, start typing in, and the screen goes blank.
Can I determine what just caused that?
Your screen went blank.
It just.
Your screen is blank. It is not taking any inputs.
Is there a little apple symbol on it?
Little spinning rainbow wheel.
Pinball.
Pinball of
Turn it
death.
off and back on
Yep,
again.
yep.
So, someone is trying to stop me from doing this. Are there backup files somewhere? Do we back up systems?
I'm sure that there's redundancy in there.
I would like to air gap a machine with copies of backups from.
Delran comes over to you.
Let's say a few days ago.
Commander.
Yes.
Have you looked around recently?
Did everything else go out too?
All the terminals are down.
Well, let's figure out what just happened.
That sounds like a great idea. Where should we start?
Let's. Is it all of engineering? Did all of engineering just?
Engineering. All the terminals in engineering are down.
Is the ship still running?
Yeah. Is the
All
engine
the
still on?
terminals. The engine's still on.
The engine's still on.
Engine's
Okay.
still
Is
on.
life support still
So we
on?
still
Because
have
we had that
power
happen one
to all
time, and that was very stressful.
Drizzle, yes.
I'm going to call my captain.
Okay. Comms are down.
Great. I'm going to walk out into the corridor and try one of the panels out in the hall.
Okay.
Is it working?
Panel is not taking inputs.
Yeah, I wanna trace it down. But Cindy's not sure how.
Fair enough. All the panels in engineering are down. The panels in the hallway are not taking inputs. You can start ripping off panels and start trying to get into the hardware and see if you can bypass those inputs.
Yeah, let's go back to engineering and try that.
Okay. So Delran's in there. You want to start ripping off panels.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to specifically tell everyone else who's currently in engineering to step away from their terminals.
Okay.
Are there any other engineering crew in there that have been there for longer than a year, who I know well?
There are a few, yeah, for sure.
I want them to assist. I want everyone else who's been there less than a year to not touch anything.
Okay, give that order. I want to hear that order.
All right, folks. Someone has tampered with our ship. This is unacceptable. I can vouch for some of you, but not all, because many of you have come on very recently. Many of you. We had a very small crew that I had the ability to get to know before. But now, I simply don't know most of you well enough to trust you in this moment. Don't take it personally, but anyone who has been here for less than a year, do not touch any of the terminals in engineering. I need you to just stay put for the time being. I'm gonna point out two of the more experienced folks. I need you. So not Delaran, but two of my other more senior trusted folks. Please go to the bridge. Find the captain. Let her know that we have lost our data terminals and communication from engineering. And while you're at it, the reason I'm sending two of you is because one of you is going to come back and tell me how far this is spread.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
They run off and do their stuff. Delran's already starting to pull panels off
Yeah,
at this
let's
point.
pull panels.
Pull a panel. Let's do real quick. Let's do a reason and engineering check. Difficulty 2.
I'm gonna burn this last one. Said reason engineering.
Yes.
Ooh.
I guess that's good.
Yeah.
Put it back on.
La la la. I don't suppose I can call this power systems. So that's only 4 successes.
Only 4 successes. You'll get 2 more momentum out of that. So Delaran is pulling off the panel, and you're working together on this to get everything together. You're able to attach a portable pad to some of the terminals, and you do get power to the pad itself, so you do have access now through the pad to the system.
All right. So I've got power to the pad. So is that getting me into the data core, or is this just...
You're able right now to give inputs to the engineering systems, just like you're at an engineering station.
Okay. What do I see? Do I see... I'm looking for code that's running counter to what it should be.
You want to burn the momentum?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. You see that there is an active malicious code within the engineering system that is reprogramming stations as you speak.
Excellent. I would like to stop it.
Sounds cool. Let's jump to Cade. Cade, what are you doing?
I was heading to Shek's quarters to get her sample.
Okay.
Draw some of that green blood.
Okay, so you're at Shek's quarters?
Yes.
Okay, ring the door for Shek.
Clear with the, I assume the guards who are...
There's no guard at Shek's room.
Wait, when I issued a confined quarters, did I need to specify that there would be guards?
She was sent down with security.
I see.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the no guards now is kind of a recent development?
I'm saying there are no guards outside of Shek's room.
Is there anyone else in the corridor?
No.
All right, the 2 security guys who are with me, I tell them to be on their guard. Phasers out. Set to stun. I ring the...
Ring the doorbell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ding-a-ding.
Are they working?
Huh?
Does he need a pad to open them the way that Izzy did?
Oh, well, he's not opening. He's just actually like ringing the
He's
doorbell kind of
just
thing.
doing
It's
the door
like-
chime.
Yeah, he's doing the door chime.
Yeah.
Door chimes. There's no response.
Computer? You. Get this door open.
What?
I'm sorry, I don't know everybody's name yet.
That's fine. Yeah, well, you want me to what?
Can you get the door open? We can't...
I mean,
No one's answering, the computer's not, and there should be 2 of you here to meet the 3 of us. So
Okay.
this is a very suspicious circumstance, and I don't know how to get the door open.
Right. I'd rather have the captain give the order, but
Captain Rawl?
no comms.
Okay. Captain can't give the order. I'm standing in front of you. Can you please?
Yes, sir.
I'll take
Yes, sir.
any heat
Yes, sir.
that comes from this.
I got it. He goes over and he does have some security protocols, but the door's not taking inputs.
Is there any way to manual override?
Yes. Let me get into it. So he starts pulling things apart. Let's see if he's successful at it.
Can I assist him?
You can assist.
Okay.
We're going to do a.
Fire the door.
We're going to do control and security, difficulty of 2.
Okay.
Do you want him to buy a die?
We have some.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
And that's a success for me.
Only one on this side, so yes. He does get in there and fiddle, and the door does slide open.
Okay. I enter the room. I have my phaser out, same as them. Lieutenant Tashek? Are you here? Sound off. What are the state of her quarters?
In good order. They seem perfectly fine.
Okay. No signs of any kind of struggle. Nothing's knocked
No sense.
over.
Are you searching the quarters at this point?
Yeah. Yeah.
You find an unconscious security guard behind the bed.
Is he alive?
He is alive.
Okay. Can I bring him to?
No.
Can't he give him
Does
like a
it-
hypo spray of wake him up?
Did you
or
bring a
something?
hypo spray or wake him up?
I mean, I.
He
All right.
did.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
the
going to
answer
answer that
yes.
for him.
I mean, I brought a medical kit to draw samples.
Reason and medicine. Reason and medicine.
Let's see. What's the difficulty?
0.
Okay. That is 2 successes. I'll say. I'm not going to argue.
So
for,
get 2 momentum on there.
I could probably get a focus on that, but I'm not going to try.
You do wake him up. Be very groggily. What's going on?
I was about to ask you the same thing. What's the last thing you recall?
I was escorting Commander Shek to the quarters. We got to the quarters, and now I'm staring at you.
Did you have eyes on Tashek when you blacked out?
We opened the door. She went in. I turned around, and now I'm looking at you.
Can I examine him for any signs of phaser stun, injections?
Sure.
I'm also going to check along his neck to see if there's any
I
signs
will let
of...
you burn a momentum to see if you see anything on there.
Okay.
It's pretty darn clear that he had a nerve thing done to him.
Not looking good, Tashek.
Well, she had entered in before he...
Yeah, but then he turned
that's-
around. Why did he turn around?
Well, just so I want to be clear on... So, escorted her to quarters.
Yes.
Opened the door. She walked in by herself.
She walked in by herself.
You were stationed here at the door.
I was turning around to take station, and now I'm looking at you.
Who was stationed here with you?
It was just me. It was just me.
You were alone. Oh, okay.
Didn't think this was not my call.
Well, this is clearly why. It's all right. You're
I guess
You're okay. That's the important thing.
No, it's not.
I'm trying to. Sorry, I'm trying to make him
No,
feel.
sorry.
Always
should-
look on the bright
Yeah, I should
side
positively
of life.
reinforce your bedside
Yeah,
manner.
I'm not gonna
Forgive me.
I'm not gonna tear this guy a new one because he wasn't assigned a partner on this
Super fair.
detail. Okay. How are you feeling now?
Got a killer headache, if I'm being honest.
You feel like you can walk under your own steam?
Yeah, I can do that.
I'd like you to head to sick bay.
Okay.
Get someone there to look at you, make sure that
All right. Okay.
you're in working order.
Got it. Thanks, thank you, Chief.
Of course.
I'm on it.
All right. How long from the time that she was escorted to now has it been? I know it's been more than an hour because
It's been
we
more than an
established
hour.
that.
Yeah, you're probably looking at. I'm going to say that we're probably looking at. You're closing in on 2 hours at this point.
Okay. All right. We don't have access to computers.
You don't know that.
Well, the computer won't.
You know
Yeah.
that door panel didn't access.
He tried to.
I
talk to the
tried to
computer.
talk to the
Oh,
ship's
comms.
computer.
Got it. Okay, got it.
So-
yeah, I got it.
Andy tried to talk
You're
to
right.
the captain.
You're right.
Are there any are any of the terminals in the room working?
You can try them. They're not accepting inputs.
Okay. Anything in the corridor?
None of the panels are accepting inputs.
Okay. All right. Comms are down. I want to send one of the security to. I assume that there's a station for security officers that where they can be kind of deployed from, or where they're mostly, or are they just kind of scattered about?
I mean,
the ship?
I think they're scattered about the ship. There's not really.
We don't have a desk.
Yeah, there's not a security
Yeah.
desk where there's a guy who's like, "Can I see your ID?" Nothing like that.
Okay. I'd like to send one of the officers with instructions that any other security officers that he encounters along the way to take them along with him. head to the bridge and make sure the bridge is secure, the captain is secure. The other one, I'd like to, and as soon as that's secure, try and come and find. I'm going to take the other one and just start, just start a search pattern, clear the corridor, and start hunting for Tashek.
Okay. All right. One of the guys runs off to do what you said, and you start a search pattern. Let's jump up to the bridge. Captain, what are you doing up there?
I was probably doing some administrative work. I don't know.
Sure.
Fill out reports or whatever.
You get a ring at the door for your room,
Enter.
and Nelson comes in.
The doors are working on the bridge?
Yes, Captain. Is that odd?
That was out of character, and I'm sorry that I don't have a character voice to make that clear. Okay, so just to be clear, doors are not working except on the bridge for now.
Yes.
Okay, still out of character, but we're just going to roll with it in character.
Sorry
Okay,
about that.
please report.
Captain, comms seem to be down.
I test it.
Nothing.
Of course, comms would be down. Anything else?
Well, that's all we've noticed. We were gonna check in with Commander Morganth, and we're
Do you have any
not.
updates on Lieutenant Tashek?
Was I supposed to? I'm sorry if I missed that. Was I supposed to have an update on Lieutenant Check?
Out of character. Is this the guy that Cade just sent over to the
No,
No,
Nelson.
this is Nelson.
Nelson is
Nelson's
the bridge
the-
officer.
This is happening
She's-
real time.
Oh, okay.
She's one of
Alongside
those
that.
new junior
All right.
officers.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I was following the linear track of that to
Got
that.
it.
So, okay. So Nelson's just coming in to.
Let you know the comms seem to be down.
Okay, all right. Thank you. See if you can assist engineering at all in restoring.
Okay. Should I go down there or?
See what you can do or figure out from here on the bridge.
Yes, Captain. We'll see what we can do with that. She goes back out and starts to work and everything. Captain,
Report?
I'm locked out.
I pick up pad where I am. Same thing. I'm locked out.
Locked out.
I use a super alpha captain security access code to try to get to some root. I'm not a computer scientist.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm digging in. I'm using my privilege.
Sure. You're digging in using your access to get into an area, and it is not accepting your inputs.
Okay. Let's put the ship at red alert.
Red alert. Ship's at red alert. Captain, shields just have gone offline.
Who is up on the bridge with me right now? It's Nelson and whom else?
Nelson and your other junior officers. You've got Nelson that's running everything. All of everybody else.
And
You've
my
got
XO is out.
McCourt. You've
Okay.
got Nelson. We can say you have Mindron as well.
All right. So comms are down. Is there any way to just kind of like, I don't know, bounce out like a Morse code communication to just like echo through the metal of the ship?
Whew, that would take a lot. That would take like a
Like
big
a
ass
full word track.
sledgehammer.
Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. We're at red alert. The shields are down. Let me see what I can do to assist in getting shields back online from here on the bridge.
Yes, ma'am. We can try that. I can.
Well, the shields are really not the problem. It's more that it seems all of our systems are under attack right now. See if we can get a coordinated or a dedicated person to go back and forth between engineering, since I think we need to probably align our efforts.
Yes, ma'am. Who would do that? Probably not Nelson. How about?
They're all junior puppies, aren't they?
They are. Mindron's willing to do it. So Mindron the Benzite.
Security.
Mendron the Benzite. Sounds a lot like Mendel the Benzite, I gotta say.
Yep. We've already discussed the similar naming structure. Must be a benzite.
Common sounds in those Benzite names
Cool.
there.
Cool.
Captain, I'll be happy to go down to engineering and assist with that.
Great, go.
He goes over there, and the turbolift is not open.
Of course.
Captain?
Proceed with lockdown procedures. I'm going to assume that the ship has some kind of lockdown procedures or safety procedures or security things to kind of like keep everybody where they are to the best of their ability, but none of them are probably going to work because everything's down.
Yes, we don't really have access to anything.
Is there a staircase anywhere in the ship?
There are Jeffrey's tubes.
Jeffrey's tubes?
You
Oh,
have
yeah,
to
we
climb
used
through
it that
the-
one time.
You have to
Right.
climb through the turbolift shaft to get out of the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's Jeffrey's
Yeah.
tubes for the rest.
Okay.
Design.
I'm going to stay here on the bridge. Don't feel like it should be manned by junior only. I have no way to get in touch with any of my other senior officers.
Out of curiosity, where is the secondary bridge?
If you're looking at the main bridge, the battle bridge is on the. So main bridge will be on the dorsal side,
Yeah.
and battle bridge will be on the ventral side.
So down close to sick bay.
Yeah, it would be like on the opposite side of the ship.
Okay. Because it's kind of down closer to sick bay and probably back towards engineering.
A little bit closer to engineering, but I mean it's almost a direct vertical line from what I
Okay.
remember the schematics. Let's jump back down to the planet real quick. Hearth.
Well, I have tried to communicate back. Found that the ship is offline.
Yeah,
or that
no response on
communications-
comms. Yeah.
So I'm concerned.
Okay.
But now I would like to ask the person who's running my detail. I know that obviously after the explosion, a heavy security detail was put on, and I know I personally had somebody shadowing me. Was there any supervision given to any of our crew members before the explosion?
No.
Okay. I'm specifically interested in 2 of our own crew members.
Okay.
Something is clearly happening on the ship.
You basing this on?
I am not able to communicate with them.
Okay.
So, this might sound strange, but I'm actually looking for any intel I can find on 2 of my own people that perhaps might have been gathered while we were here.
Okay. Who are you looking for?
Actually, they're both Vulcans.
Okay.
I believe, because our crew down here, it was Storl.
I think there were only 2 Vulcans that escorted you down at that time.
Well, there were, it was Walter Newman, it was Commander Newman, our chief medical officer, our captain, our chief of engineering, and then 2 others. It was 6, correct?
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
There were 2 Vulcans with us, Lieutenant Tashek and our science officer, Storl.
Okay.
I know that, and there were, I would understand if perhaps not necessarily officially, but if there were any sort of unofficial intel gathered.
Sure, we watch. Sure, we look. I didn't have anyone specifically assigned to tail your crew. We just observed and gathered what we could.
Would it be possible to see what you gathered?
Sure. What would you like to know?
I would like to know everything. I would specifically like to know if they were seen apart, I guess. I'm curious if also if there was any collusion between them. I guess they would just be talking. There would be 2 crew members talking. I'm interested in anything of note, anything that would have made your intel on the 2 of them. Anything that might have been flagged.
Nothing really out of the ordinary.
But what was the ordinary?
Usual behavior. If anything, the Vulcan named Storl, he was a little standoffish, if you will. He kept to himself most of the time. Didn't seem too affected by the events of the past couple of days. He was very, I don't know many Vulcans, but my understanding is that they're fairly stoic to begin with, so I'm not sure if that's unusual for a Vulcan. It just may be unusual for a Hearth to see that and not have some type of reaction.
It would be normal for a Vulcan not to have a reaction. But Vulcans are very they handle their responsibilities.
Sure. And I don't think we ever saw Storl not handle his responsibilities. I'm not sure he had that many to begin with. Sometimes he seemed like he was just wandering around aimlessly, if I'm being honest.
Where was he wandering around aimlessly?
Around the Kindred, during all the investigations, sometimes just around the grounds.
Was he communicating at all, or was he just walking?
He seemed to be walking but taking readings. I always saw a tricorder with him.
And was this before the investigation or after? I'm sorry, was this before the explosion or after?
Oh, this is before.
This is before.
We had requests to monitor the activity of Starfleet. There was still some nervousness about letting Starfleet onto Hearth.
Absolutely. I'm just curious what he would have been. Huh?
Were you told why he was there? Because I requested he be there for a very specific purpose, and it was not that.
No, because I was absent.
Okay.
And that was actually my next question, but they're not going to
When
be
we
able
had
to
our big
answer
group
that.
confab catching you up and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. He shouldn't have been taking those readings.
Wasn't my officer to give orders to or not?
No,
to?
of course. I'm sorry. This is not
this
accusatory
is-
in any way, shape, or
Okay.
form. That's for me.
Like, I have requested that he come down specifically to compare notes, help with the sort of culture comparisons.
Right, but not to take readings.
That would have been in a room with a bunch of computers, not out and
Right.
about.
He should not have been exploring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I probably, presumably, I have my away gear.
You have your normal
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have tricorder and
Tricorder and phaser. Is my tricorder working?
Yes.
Am I able to access any of our?
You're trying to access the Mazu.
Mm-hmm.
You're not able to access.
Okay. Am I able to access none of our systems?
None of your systems
Okay.
are up right now.
Okay. I need to get back to my ship.
Can't you just beam?
Presumably not.
Okay. We have. If I can get clearance, we have a small craft that can probably take you up. Is that acceptable?
It is.
Let me see if I can get clearance.
Thank you.
Izzy.
All right. I want to stop that malicious code.
Okay, you're gonna stop that malicious. Stop that malicious.
Stop that code.
I wanna get up.
So let's do real quick. Take a look at that. Give me a reason and engineering check, difficulty of 1.
Of one. All right. Is Delaran helping me with this?
He can. You want to assist?
Yeah.
Okay. There he is. Success.
3 for me.
So 4 total.
Yeah.
Load it up, baby.
How many momentum?
3 total.
3 total.
Yeah. Okay, so you are able to look at that. You actually realize that the code that is active within engineering systems is actually tied back to a code deeper in the core system of the ship itself that is actively spreading through multiple systems throughout the Mazu.
Yeah, I want to stop that because it's clearly just shutting down the whole ship.
So you are going to have to do an extended task.
All right.
Difficulty is going to be 2. Magnitude of 3. 1 resistance.
Magnitude of 3. Resistance 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the magnitude is
How many breakthroughs you need?
how many breakthroughs I need?
Mhm.
Okay.
You have 6 intervals to complete this. It will continue to spread as long as you're working on this.
So difficulty 2, so that means on each roll I need to.
You need
So I
two
need 2
on each
successes
roll.
to pass, and then I'll lose 1 each time I roll the things.
Lose 1 what?
Like the resistance means that 1 is cut down.
Yes.
Okay, and then what was the last thing you said? How many?
6 intervals.
6 intervals. All right. Cool. Can I cut down that first one? And what am I rolling?
You are going to be rolling a reason and engineering. Difficulties 2.
Reason engineering. I'm picking up an extra die. Difficulty 2. Do I get that assist from Delaran?
You can get an assist from Delaran.
Obviously, I don't get a ship assist.
No. Fail.
2 successes.
Okay, roll your work.
All right, and then what do I roll for the work?
2 plus discipline.
Disciplines, that's 5. Okay. Oh, and this is where, whoops. And this is where I get that new talent comes in. Okay, whenever I succeed in an engineering or science task as part of an extended task, and I score 1 additional work for every effect rolled. Okay, cool. So I'm looking for number of stars.
Yep.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so the effects, that means the effects count twice
Mhm.
at that nick of time? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Nice. And then resistance, that's going to bring it down to 8.
All right.
So you are able, with Delaran's help, to identify the malicious code. You do see that it is on a very, very isolated subsystem that nobody ever really spends any of time going into. It is deep, deep, deep within the code of the Mazu itself.
All right.
You do also notice that whenever it replicates to a different system, it is a virtual copy of that viral code. So each system that is infected will continue that process within that isolated system.
So it's,
Self-perpetuating.
yeah. So
Basically-
basically it spreads to a new system and then,
And then it works within that system isolated from the rest of the ship. So just stealing this root code, you are still going to have virus present within multiple systems on the ship, wherever it is spread to. And that was 2 intervals.
all right. No, because I cut one of those.
Oh, you cut one? There's only one?
Yeah, I
Got it.
spin in
Okay.
momentum to cut that down. All right. Can I do another one?
Do it.
All right. So 1 interval.
Okay.
And I'm going to buy another die. And Delaran assist.
Delaran assist.
That's 3 successes. So I get 1 back.
Get 1 back. Complication on Delaran.
Ooh.
Delaran's working. He's like, oh no.
What did you do?
I'm not sure, but it's speeding up. So we're going to increase the resistance by 2. So resistance is now 3.
All right. Let's see how fast we can.
I guess you like that, huh?
That's 5 effects, so that is 10, 11, 12.
Wow. 9.
That's why she's the chief.
So you are able, even though the
So it's
code
2
has started
breakthroughs.
increasing the speed with which it has been spreading through the system, you're able to isolate it pretty effectively. You have stopped it from infecting further systems, and you have countered the code within that original system and erased it. So it is clear. That one subsystem unit is clear. Looking into the systems that have been affected right now, you are seeing comms, internal sensors, turbo lifts, bridge controls, navigation, shields, weapons, impulse engines are down, and warp engines.
What's not affected?
Maneuvering thrusters, transporters.
Air
That's
conditioning is still
terrible.
operational.
Cade.
right.
We're jumping to Cade.
Okay, so I'd like to, with my sidekick beside me, I'd like to sweep the corridor and looking for any signs of which way they might have gone, working our way to how many transporter rooms does the ship have?
You've got one main transporter. You've got other transporters within shuttle bays and stuff like that for large stuff. But
if depending on how just the quickest route, I want to check the main transporter room, and I'd like to clear each of the shuttle bays to see if. Basically, I want to cover their exits, see if they've gotten off the ship yet.
You are trying to cover a lot of ground.
Sure, I'm just letting you know the map. I'm not saying I've done all of this in the last 5 minutes.
Give me one.
I'm saying this is.
Give me one. What are you doing right now?
Okay. Well, we are clearing this corridor. What would be the quickest destination? Transporter room or one of the shuttle bays?
For
where we
officer
are
quarters,
now.
you'd probably be closer to transporters.
Okay. So I want to clear this corridor as much as possible on our way to the main transporter room, looking for any signs of anybody who's down, anybody. I'm going to leave most of my kit behind just to not slow us down, but I want to have cartridges of both stimulant and sedative and my hypo spray on me.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and grab my laser scalpel as well, just in case. I just
cut you
if I need it.
Cut you.
I mean, I've got my phaser, but if I need, I want to be ready for as many likelihoods as possible. But I'm primarily in hunt mode right now more than.
So in your efforts to clear this deck, you do notice that your team is still trying to get down. The turbolifts are down; they aren't able to go anywhere. The transporter room is going to be a deck below where you are.
Okay.
So if you're going to get there, you're going to have to get access to it.
Once we've cleared the deck, we'll. Can we? Same way that we got the door open, can we manual override?
You can manually get the turbolift open and then head down that turbolift shaft if you like.
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. I'll let you roll, see if you can get some momentum on the thing here.
Okay.
Let's do daring and engineering. Difficulty of 1.
Okay. All right. Does my guy give me an assist at all? Or?
I'll give you an assist.
Ooh, that's pretty. So that's 1. Would survival apply to this?
No.
Okay, then this one's success for me.
2 successes over here.
Okay, cool.
So bump that up. You are able to get the turbolift door open, and you do see that there are the walkways you are able to access on the side to go down the deck if you'd like to do that.
Yes, please.
Heading down the deck. You head down the deck. The turbolift, pretty open, nothing of note in there. You are going to have to get the doors open there. Through work, you're able to get the doors open. You're on the deck with the transporter room. Heading into the transporter room, the doors are closed. I'm assuming you're going to force your way open in there as well. Forcing your way open into the transporter room, you see the transporter operator unconscious, and you see George unconscious.
Oh no.
Okay. Bringing them both around. Trying natural means at first so that I can save it, but if those don't work, then I'm going to...
Hypo spray them up. They come together. George...
How you feeling, bud?
Oh, something hit me hard.
What do you remember?
I came in here to get that stuff you wanted, and I went over to the panel. There was some noise. I turned around, and before I could even know what was happening, I was done.
Did you see anybody? Did you see who was coming
I saw
in?
nobody.
Okay. All right. Rest up for a second. I'm going
Okay.
to check in with, but then I'm going to need your help.
Great.
So rest up while you can.
Can I get some pain for the thing in the pain?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Great.
Here's. There you go. Checking with the transport officer and seeing. Report.
Chief, hi.
It's the last thing you remember. How are you feeling?
I felt better.
I would imagine.
Yeah, no. George came in. He said he needed something. I just gave way. I heard a noise behind, and I turned, and there was just like a flash. And before I knew what was happening, I was on the ground. I have no idea.
Checking them both the way I did the security officer back there, checking for cause of.
Give me a reason and medicine check.
Okay. difficulty?
Difficulty 1.
Okay. Let's see. That's 1 success.
1 success. 1, it looks like the transporter operator was downed by a nerve injury, if you will.
Okay.
And Joris was shot with a phaser on stun.
Rude.
Okay.
Wow. Tells us something.
Yeah, for sure. Are you able to, if you can, take a few seconds if you need to, but we're having problems all over the ship. This is just one of many instances. I'm sure every deck is dealing with their own problems, but is there any way that we can access the most recent transporter logs?
Sure. Yeah, I think so. He goes over and starts working. Transporter controls are up.
Okay.
He is able to go through there. Last transporter looked like when the team came up from Hearth.
Okay, so nobody has left the ship?
Oh no, you beamed down. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's Commander Morganth. Commander Morganth went down to Hearth. Was the last one.
Is there any way to establish contact with Commander Morganth?
Comms seem to be down.
She can deck me for it later. Can we emergency transport her back to the ship? I think we need her more here than
Commander
down
Morgan.
there. Yeah, we can always send her back for the investigation, and she can take it out on me.
I'll have to see if I can get a lock on her.
Okay, it's hold for a second. Check to see if anybody's tampered with the transporter's actual ability. Why would they come here if they weren't trying to escape? Are they trying to keep us from getting off the ship or trying to keep someone else from getting on? Can you run a diagnostic?
Sure, I'll do a quick level 1 diagnostic on it.
Thank you.
See what we've got. Seems fine.
Okay.
Seems.
It's level 1 diagnostic.
Would that turn up any kind of tampering at
It depends what you're looking. I mean, we can take a deeper dive in there, but it's going to take time.
how much? How much would a level 2 run me?
You're probably looking at an hour.
I don't want to endanger if it's. Why would they come here? If she wanted off the ship, she could have taken the transporter off. She took out 2 people. Transporter. Well,
Is it
she's
possible
got
that
one
they
hand
could have
for each if she.
covered
so.
their tracks, transported off, and just deleted the log? I mean, there's a virus that is isolating and corrupting every single system that we have that seems not beyond the ability.
Would transport off the ship cover site-to-site transport on the ship?
The log's going to give me a log of whoever
Okay.
was on the transporter.
Would they
To
have
answer
been
your
able to-
question, Captain, real quick? To answer your question, which I suddenly forgot what it was.
It's fine. I'm not in the room. It was out
Yeah.
of character anyway.
I was,
I'm just brainstorming.
would they have been able to, if they had taken control of the transporter, would they be able to erase any sign of their transport off and then erase the record afterwards?
I'm not going to say it's not possible. I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
We keep the transporters pretty much locked down for security and safety reasons. We don't like people messing with transporters very much.
So they wouldn't necessarily have been able to, if they had tried to get off the ship. Would there have been some kind of lockdown that would keep them from?
From getting off the ship? If they had clearance to use a transporter, no.
What level of clearance would they need to self-operate?
Anybody within the transporter room or senior staff.
Emergency transport Lieutenant Commander Morganth back onto the ship.
Let me see if I can find her.
She should be somewhere in the vicinity of the Kindred or...
Yeah, but Captain Sensors don't look great right now.
Well, I appreciate your vote of confidence, but I'm only a chief.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
It's been a long headache.
Absolutely, absolutely. George probably has some stuff for you when you're done if you need
George
some.
over there.
George, buddy, go easy.
It hurts.
I understand. I need you at least somewhat sharp.
I'm always sharp. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Thank you.
So we're having trouble locating her on the planet right now?
I can do it. We'll let him roll for it.
Okay.
Because sensors are wonky with this virus thing that's happening.
Yeah, if it's going to be too big a risk, I don't want to do it, but if he's able to.
We'll do a reason and engineering check. I'm going to make the difficulty 2.
Okay.
Would you like to buy dice for him?
All right. Yes.
Okay.
Is there any way, or since this system is up, can the ship assist? It's okay. No, I'm just asking.
I know. I'm
yeah.
trying. I will let the ship actually give an assist on that, but I'm going to increase the complication range by 2.
Okay, so 18 and
18,
up.
19, and 20 will give you a complication, but I'll let the ship assist happen.
Okay. And difficulty of 2. He's got to. Yeah, we need her.
Yeah, let me actually see
Let's
what
give
I
it a
want
try.
to do for that one. There we go. Let's
If
do.
you want me to take responsibility,
Sure. Yeah.
I don't want it on you if it's a bad.
Let's do sensors and
If I die, I
medicine.
quit.
We'll have your pattern locked.
Sensors
We'll-
and medicine for the ship.
Sensors and
13.
13. Okay, cool. Thank you.
No, what did you roll?
19.
Yeah.
3 successes though.
Okay.
Can we?
Make that complication go away.
Yes.
By the way,
And do we get any momentum for the 3 successes that George rocked?
Yes.
How many?
There would be 1.
Okay.
There you go. So you're broke even on that. Captain, I'm able to, I think, pinpoint Morgan. She's on the move.
Still not the
Captain?
Damn it. What the hell are you?
Chief Cade, it's okay. I like it though.
You kind of look in the face.
I appreciate that. It's just-
Yeah. A little bit in the. I
She's a very handsome woman.
have a headache as
That's
well.
all right.
All right.
If we've got a lock on her,
Yeah, I think so. We can try the beam.
do it.
Oh, hold on.
Engage.
Morgan teleports into the room in mid-stride.
Commander, I'm sorry to interrupt your
It's fine.
investigation.
This solved a problem for me.
Oh,
Where's
good.
Storl?
We're not sure. We appear to have a Klingon problem aboard. Not a Klingon, a Vulcan problem on board. And Tashek is missing. Multiple officers have been taken out. At least 2 with what appears to be the nerve pinch.
And then how was the other one taken out?
George was hit with a phaser stun.
All of the officers that have been taken out, were there phasers left on them?
Were they?
The transporter. No.
Okay. The security guy back in the quarters, I assume I would have
Yeah, his.
noticed that. His was not? Okay. No, she appears to be taking the phaser. She goes.
Okay.
If it's her, if it's more than one at this point, I'm open to any possibilities. I'm just trying to keep them from getting off the ship. They came here, but they didn't transport off, which means as far as we know...
They?
I'm trying to use the universal pronoun in case...
But you mean an individual.
Or, I mean, they might be working together. I don't know at this point. Nobody has seen the attacker. They've been swift, they've been accurate. They've taken out a security officer, the transport chief here, and poor George over there. Before they even got a glimpse.
Okay.
Or at least that they know of, if you want to delve
And
deeper into the
any
memory.
signs where they might have gone next? Did they beam?
There's no log of them beaming off.
There's no log. Could they have beamed off without a log?
No, Commander. The transporter would log any activity.
Okay. Okay.
I was going to start heading to the shuttle bays next.
Okay. But what? Why would they have come here? Did it appear as if anybody tried to tamper with the transporter?
The transporter doesn't seem it actually, because you just transported all the equipment up from the planet itself, so the equipment is still there. It hasn't even had time to be moved. So
Is
you've got
all the equipment there?
All the equipment is still there. The transporter room itself doesn't look tampered with or anything like that, but all the equipment is still there.
All the equipment is there.
Yeah.
Everybody's phasers got beamed up. Well, except for Tashek's.
Well, I'm talking about the equipment because the Hearth requested that.
No.
Right, but we all
But
left our
everybody
phasers.
left
yeah.
their phasers.
Yes. All of that was.
But is all of it still there?
Yes.
And are all of the tricorders still there?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of why anybody would have come
Yeah.
here
Sure.
to try to figure out where they would have gone next, except I need to go talk to the captain. So, need to head that way.
Are you running to the captain now?
Just a heads up, power is iffy. Doors are inoperable. We've been having to just force them open and use Jeffrey's tubes. I just didn't want you to be caught by surprise. I have no doubts of your actual capabilities to get to the bridge that way, but
Noted. Thank you.
with your permission, I'm going to continue on to the shuttle base in pursuit.
Do need to report to the captain, but I do want to know if all of the shuttles are there. I'll come with you to the shuttle bay.
Okay.
Okay, you're headed to the shuttle bay. Let's jump back to Izzy.
Yes. All right. Do another one.
What are you doing?
I'm working the problem some more. I'm gonna do this to lower the interval.
Well, to be clear, you cleared the virus from the core system. If you want to work on any of the additional systems, that's going to be an additional extended task.
Oh, so the extended task is done.
The extended task is done.
Oh,
if you want
okay.
to clear out any systems that have been affected, that's going to be another project.
Yes, because the systems. So okay, which ones did you say? The two that were still up were transporters and
Transporters, maneuvering thrusters.
maneuvering. Okay, so the ones that are down, comms,
Comms, internal sensors, sensors in general.
just sensors.
Turbo lifts, bridge controls, motion controls across the ship. Navigation, shields, weapons, impulse, warp.
Life support.
Life support's up. Not
Okay.
affected.
Okay. Cool. So is this a pick a system and get it working kind of situation?
That's your call.
I really, really want comms and sensors back.
Take a pick, one at a time.
I want internal sensors back.
Okay. Internal sensor will be back. We're going to do another extended task. Difficulty of 1, magnitude 2. Resistance 1. You have 4 intervals, 10 work.
Okay. Resistance 1.
4
4
intervals,
intervals.
10 work. And we'll let you do a reason and engineering on that.
What was the work? That was.
10?
That's no. I'm trying to remember what that means. That means.
That's how much you need on the challenge dice or
Okay.
that's the work track.
So the magnitude is
How many breakthroughs you need.
Okay, so it's either hit the magnitude or the work.
Well, even then, once you fill up the work track, any additional work past that is a breakthrough.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So.
Reason and engineering?
Yep. How many intervals? 4. And spin that down.
Dollar
Do
and
that.
assist again?
Yes, please. Um, one success, one complication.
2 successes, 1 complication. Okay. So it's successful.
What was
but
the difficulty?
1.
It was 1.
Yep. So it's
So
successful.
can I spend that momentum to kill the complication?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Let's roll your challenge dice. Get your work done.
One, two, three, four, five, 6.
6 minus resistance is 5. That was 2 intervals.
That was 1 interval.
You burned that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
that.
So 1 interval. Okay, so you are able to find the code within the, you were going for sensors. You're able to find the malicious code within the sensor systems, and you are able to isolate it. And keep going.
All right, yeah, let's do it. And dollar on assist. And I can't burn that one down, so that's only 2. So let's make this productive. Reason engineering, 2 successes.
2 more, 4 successes.
4. So we
How
get
many momentum?
3.
3 momentum. Excellent. Whoop. All right.
Oh, that's nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9. Okay, so that's going to be 8 total work, which will fill out the work track, plus it gives you your second magnitude. But here's the twist on this. You've completed this work track on the system. This is a very malicious code. You're going to have a choice here. You can either restore function in this system completely, but it'll increase the magnitude on additional systems in your attempts. Or you'll get partial function on the system and maintain the magnitude.
Let's do the partial function.
Okay, so that's going to increase anything you use sensors for is going to increase the difficulty by 1 for the rest of this session. It's trade-off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So you have partial sensors backup.
okay, so you said that increases the difficulty by 1?
Difficulty of anything using sensors by 1 for the rest of the session.
Yeah. Then the first thing that I want to do now is check the ship for last I talked to anyone, we knew you were going to see Tashek.
Right.
So we had assumed she was still in her quarters. But I was curious and wanted to know where Storal is, so I would like to search for Storal.
Okay. Give me a control and security check with a ship assist.
Alright. So what's the ship assist?
Ship assist is going to be sensors, and security difficulty is going to be 2. Let's make it difficulty 1. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Success.
Oh my god.
Are you loading up the momentum thing?
No.
No.
Or are we
It's
draining
a
the
19
moment?
and a 20.
Yeah, we're gonna use
You can burn
that.
one of them.
I'm gonna burn that.
You're still going to have 1 complication. You can't burn both of them. That's
Why
not
was the
feasible.
complication higher for that one?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That
I
was
thought-
from.
Yeah.
I was still doing the extended
Yeah,
complication.
no.
That was my fault. So burn that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the 1 success. You do.
But I wasn't successful. So.
Oh yeah, that was the ship. So it wasn't
Yeah.
you.
The
So-
ship was successful, but it was the 1.
Yeah.
Does that
So
help?
it counts as the assist only counts
as
if
1.
I get some
Yeah,
success
the primary's
on the
gotta do
primary.
it.
Yeah.
The sensors are still wiggy. You aren't able
All
to
right.
locate Storal.
Cool. Then I want to get communication back up.
Okay. Let's do comms back. Let's do the same thing. We're going to use the exact same track.
All right. Cool. I have some momentum this time. So that's 4. Gonna burn 1. Let's do. And then I'm gonna. So I'm lowering the interval and getting an extra die. I still
Okay.
want Delaran's help. And sorry, it's still reason engineering.
Yep.
2.
2 total. So that gives you 1 momentum. Roll your challenge die.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Okay, you are able to find the code. You're able to isolate the code, and you will be able to get it if you keep working.
That's why she's the chief.
All right.
That'll be our next shirt.
Yeah, let's.
Picture Izzy's face. That's why she's the chief.
I'm gonna lower the interval
Okay.
and still need Delaran's assist. 2 successes.
3 successes. So
Awesome. So just one extra momentum?
2 momentum.
Two.
It was a difficulty 1. Okay, roll your challenge die.
Alrighty. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. 6.
Okay.
And I'm still losing 1, right? So that resistance 1.
Yeah. But that's enough. You're able to get all the code, but just like before, you're going to have a choice. You can regain all function, or you can get partial function.
What does it increase if I take all function?
All function is going to increase the magnitude on any future attempts to restore systems. So instead of 2, it'd be 3.
So the magnitude means I need more breakthroughs?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So your magnitude from now on is going to be 3. Okay, but you have full comms back.
All right. Izzy to bridge.
This is the captain.
Hi. We have, I'm assuming you know that we have a situation. That there is malicious code that has it's pretty much done in everything on the ship except for transporters and the maneuvering thrusters and life support. So I'm working on correcting that. I strongly recommend,
Morgan's the captain.
Opening a channel for all senior officers.
Who would that include?
Not to check. She's not a senior officer.
Yes, she is.
she is technically, but we just won't.
All right.
Well, sure, loop her in on the conversation.
No. Everyone but her.
Yeah.
And
Is that possible?
Opening a channel with just Izzy, Morganth, and Cade.
There you go, done.
And me.
Oh yeah, Newman's out.
Computer.
Correct.
I mean, I'm with Morganth, so.
Newman's asleep. He has no idea what's happening right now.
We don't want to disturb his vacation.
right.
Getting off screen time is really important for health.
All right.
Captain, are you okay?
We're at red alert, but it seems the ship needs quite a bit of work. Congrats to Chief Izzy for getting the comms up, but it sounds like your work is far from done.
Yes, I've got limited sensors back as well.
Good. Continue to work on it and let me know as you have updates.
Do we have a
But,
location
Captain-
on Tashek or Storl?
I was unable. You can't find Tashek?
Tashek's in the wind.
Yeah, I would highly recommend you try to find both of them then. I
Yep.
just tried to run a sensor sweep for Storl and was unsuccessful, but frankly, I have bigger fish to fry, and you may need to work with that a little bit.
Morganth, are you still on the planet?
No, Captain. I was emergency beamed back onto the ship.
I took the initiative, Captain. I'm sorry if that was against any kind of protocol.
We're not.
No.
We don't need to apologize right now.
All right,
Let's
fair.
just
It was
take
the
that
right
off the
move.
table.
This is a relief to have our
Sure,
chief
sure.
security officer here.
Captain, who else on the bridge with you?
I have
Nelson, what's the
Not
what is his
Mendel,
name? Not Mendel.
Mindron.
Mindron. Nelson, Mindron, and what's the other guy's name? McCourt.
McCourt, yeah.
I've got the junior varsity crew with me here.
They're all like,
Captain, may I recommend you go to your ready room? While we're having this conversation, so you're not in front of them.
I mean,
I guess it is just like a loudspeaker on my chest,
Yeah.
and it's not something vibrating within my own skull bones.
true story.
Fine, all right. I mean, you'd think they'd have like an AirPod or something at that point, right?
It's not established canon.
Seems like an
Got to get those leverage earpieces.
Super
Yeah.
I guess
canon.
so. Okay, all right. So I go to my ready room.
Okay, you're in.
Captain, I've already instituted this in engineering, but I have basically sidelined all of our new crew members. Basically, the crew tripled, possibly quadrupled in size just a couple of weeks ago. And frankly, I don't trust any of our new folks right
What's-
now until we've proven.
Great. Who do you think we should have running the bridge while you guys are fixing the ship?
You, sir.
I am the captain.
Just keep an eye on them. I'm not saying send them
When
all to
did
quarters.
Storl come aboard?
He came with the rest of them either right after
With the launch of the mission.
Yeah, either with the launch of the mission, or so when the mission launched, a large portion of the crew was new then, and then we got a big new group because we were still on skeleton crew when the mission initially launched, and then after our first outing, we were given more crew.
Yeah, this was after Varix 3 when the crew came aboard.
Okay.
When this junior varsity team came aboard was Varix 3.
Yeah, because we
Okay.
only had Delaran and George for that first
For the first one.
outing.
Okay.
Captain, this is Nelson.
Is he just like interrupting my conference call right
She.
now?
She
She?
is.
Sorry.
She is.
And through the thing and
Through the
out the
comms.
door?
Through the comms. Good answer.
Senior group, stand by.
Yeah.
I'm walking outside.
You walk outside and Nelson spins around. Captain, the Ochoa is leaving Shuttle Bay 1.
We were so close.
The Ochoa. Crap. Okay. Use a tractor beam to keep them from leaving.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to take a roll. I forgot what I have to roll for it. Let me look it up.
Senior staff,
Yep.
report to Shuttle Bay.
We
We're
were
on
already
our
on.
way.
We're
Oh,
there.
I am
Yeah.
staying in engineering, ma'am.
Wait, so you guys are already there?
They were headed
Well, we're
that
on our way
All right,
to.
they're on their way.
Yeah.
Yep. The Ochoa has attempted to leave. We're trying to tractor it in, but get there as quickly as you can.
Thank you, Captain.
Give me a ship assist of structure and security. Difficulty is 2 on a tractor beam.
Structure and security.
Mm-hmm.
Success.
Wait. Two fails. Captain, I'm not able to lock on the tractor beam.
Direct fire. Fire phasers.
Weapons are offline, Captain.
Flippity flop. All right.
Can we establish any kind of remote control over the vessel?
Open a channel to the vessel.
There's a hail. Go into the vessel.
This is Captain Lenara Rawl. Cease your operations immediately and return to the shuttle bay.
No response.
No response.
Who's on that ship?
All right, I close the channel. Ask for a scan of who's on the ship.
Okay, let's do a sensor sweep on that.
So Ochoa is the runabout, yeah?
Yeah.
The Ochoa is a runabout.
That means they have warp capability.
Technically, all the shuttles do, it's just slower.
Opening a channel to Izzy. Izzy, I need weapons online as soon as possible.
Yes, ma'am.
Closing channel.
Where did my little... There it is. Okay, so we're going to do a sensor sweep on that. It's difficulty 3. Let's get a ship assist of sensors and science.
Oops. Fail.
Would you like to buy an extra die?
Yes.
2 successes.
Who dat?
Unfortunately, the sensor sweep's difficulty 3. Captain, I'm not able to get it. Sensors are still not working for us all the way.
Does the shuttle have its shields up?
Shuttle does not have its shields up.
Can we transport them off?
You can try. You want to contact them?
No, just transport their asses right back
Emergency
to transport room.
but yeah.
Down to the transporter room?
Any life signs aboard that shuttle?
And I'm going to ping, senior level security who's not junior level that we can't trust to immediately go to the transport room
Okay.
It's me. I'm running back.
It's her.
from the shuttle.
We were on our way to the shuttle. Now we're on our way
Okay,
back.
So you're running back to the
Morgan,
transporter room?
apprehend them.
Okay, so you're contacting the transporter.
Giving George a heads up that they're heading there.
Captain, there's no one on the shuttle. I've got no life signs on the shuttle. Nelson spins around. Captain, the runabout's going to warp.
Let's see. So I have a focus in warp engines and theoretical physics. The weapons are down. I, Angie, don't know squat about this, but does Captain Lenora Rawl know how to, put a monkey wrench in that whole situation to deactivate warp using something that doesn't require weapons?
That's a really good question.
I mean, I feel
We
like
send
she
a kill
would.
code, a kill code to the autopilot, whatever's running it, because
Yeah.
it's probably that same code.
Is there any way to establish from the bridge, control over one of our
let's do
Shuttle
this. Let's
vessel.
hear a roll for it because I don't
Especially
really know
with
an
the
answer. But let's see if you roll
captain's
for that
Yeah.
answer. So
Okay.
let's give you a roll for. Let's do control and command.
All right.
Control and command. Difficulty, I feel like it's going to be tough though, so I want to make it difficulty 3. So you're either going to have to give me some threat or.
I'm gonna use our
We've
last
got, yeah, do it.
here.
Okay, difficulty 3.
Okay. Huh, 3 successes.
You are able to
That's why
jump.
she's the
You
captain.
shove Nelson out of the way. I get it, Captain. You start hitting the controls, and you are able to send an override to the Ochoa. And as the warp bubble is forming, it's about to go, you're able to shut that down. So the Ochoa does not jump into warp at that point.
All right, so we don't have any bodies, but at least we got our our 4-wheeler back.
Let's jump to you because you're down in
Yeah.
engineering doing your own thing. And I think she said she wanted weapons back.
Yeah, let's get weapons back.
Remember, magnitude is now 3 on weapons.
Okay.
Still have 4 intervals.
Well, I don't know if we need the weapons as much because I was going to shoot the damn thing out of the sky, but
I still
let's
might
get
need
into
to
it.
shoot him.
yeah, we're still at red alert.
Magnitude 3. Resistance 1. Interval 4. And work is still 10.
Work still 10. Everything's the same except magnitude's up to 3.
Alright.
And you still got Delaran helping?
Yes. So, lowering the interval and buying a die. And it's reason and engineering. Because this is weapons, which means shipboard tactical systems, can I take that focus?
You're actually repairing it. You're not using. Oh, I see what you're saying. You have a
My
focus in shipboard
focus is in
Yes.
shipboard tactical systems.
Yes, you can.
That is 4 successes.
Plus 1 from him, so 5 successes. Load that
So,
up.
is that 3?
That's 3, I believe. Or no, that's 4.
4.
Difficulty's still 1. Your magnitude's
Ah.
only increased.
Yes.
Okay.
Load it up.
Yes. All right.
The second we heard that there were no life signs, I'm turning around and heading back to the shuttle bay on our original, just for the
Okay.
record.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9. Okay. Okay.
Boy, that's a good talent I picked. I like it.
You know, we haven't checked in with Tashek in a while. Can we hear from her? Maybe?
Can I do another one?
Meditating.
Huh?
Can I do my next round?
Yeah, do it. Do it. Do
All
it.
right. Same deal. What? Nope. I need this first.
Yeah.
I know you're excited.
I am excited. I'm very excited. Oh, that's 4 because of the focus.
Plus 1 from Delaran.
So 5. So that's
Load it up.
3.
Difficulty is 1, so 4.
Ah, it's so beautiful when it's solved.
Maximum momentum.
Alrighty.
Baby.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, you're able to bring weapons back online. Again, same question. Full or partial?
Even with the magnitude up, that does it?
Every time you do a system, I'm going to ask you this question. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you still need one more.
I was going to
Apologize.
say. It's like, then I don't understand what magnitude means.
Oh, no, actually, you don't because you got 1 for filling up the work track, plus you got 1 for having 5 or more. So that's 2 right there, and you had 1 before, so that's 3 total magnitude.
Oh, because I filled the work track. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yes, then I'm going to do the full thing.
full thing? All right,
He
so
gives us things, don't argue.
magnitude on the next system's at 4.
All right.
You took your hypo spray.
Okay, weapons are back online at full power. So just so everybody's on the same page, sensors are partial, comms are full, weapons are full.
Nice.
Let's jump back to you, because you guys were running to transporter room. Are you both heading back to Shuttle
I
Bay
turn
1?
around and start heading to the shuttle bay.
I would like to do, since we at least have partial sensors, I haven't tried to look for store alert to check.
So you want to try your own little sensory thing?
I do want to try my own sensory thing.
All right. Let's see. We'll let you do it since you're not at a station. I'll let you access a pad that's
Yeah.
on one of the panels.
No.
I'll increase the difficulty,
Sure.
but you can totally do it if you give me a. Oh,
Momentum? Yes. I'll give you
We
two
have all of
momentum.
me too. Reason and security.
Okay.
Are we really giving you 2?
I would like to at least buy 1 dice.
Okay.
Or what's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be your. Let's see. So we've got an increased difficulty because partial functions.
Yeah.
So that's going to bump it up to 2.
Yeah.
Plus you're at a station
Yeah,
that's not
yeah.
designed for it. So we're going to say difficulty 3.
Yeah,
I
go
would
ahead
like
and
to
buy another
buy
die.
2
So
dice.
take two.
Yeah.
Do you need an assist?
Can
You can order me to stay
Just
so
like
I can help you out.
yeah.
I'm not sure he's going to be able to give you an assist because you're
Okay.
at a 1-person station. So this is
Okay.
just pretty much you rolling.
Reason
Okay.
and security.
Mm-hmm.
3 successes and 1 complication. 4 successes.
4
You wanna-
successes and 1 complication?
Yeah.
Let's
Buy off that
Yeah.
Yeah,
complication.
let's buy
buy
off that complication.
And then you said 4 successes?
Mhm.
So that means we get 1 back because it's 43.
So you were checking specifically for Storl?
I was checking for both Storl and
Storl and
Tashek.
Shek.
Yeah.
You were able to find that Storl is in the quarters and Tashek is in her quarters.
Okay. So now I would like to look at what's wrong with our sensors. I would like to look at what's wrong with our sensors. She's not in her quarters.
The sensors say she's in her quarters.
Yeah, but the sensors also say nobody's on the runabout.
It's true.
And they're at partial, so, right?
Right.
Yep.
But that is the increased difficulty. So technically, you dealt with the fact they're partially working. So
Yeah, no, I don't think this is because they're partially working.
You could go to her quarters and look just to be sure.
Yeah, Cade was there doing a sweep, but you might be able to pick up some. No, you can't because she's Vulcan.
You might
In my
still.
vibe.
Or
You
I
might
mean,
still
she's
see
yeah,
something.
she knows hidey places that maybe I didn't think of.
Back on the group chat. So, weapons are back up to full. What should I work on next?
I'm actually just gonna hail Storl.
okay.
I'm going to answer Izzy. Let's get those sensors up to full.
Yeah, let's do that.
You're hailing
I'm gonna
Storl?
hail Storl. What is he?
Vulcan.
No, I know, he's a Vulcan. But
Ensign.
he's an ensign.
Ensign, yes. Give him a hail. Yes?
Ensign Storl?
Yes.
Where is your current location?
In my quarters.
Great, I'll be right there.
Is there anything wrong, Commander?
I'm
Nothing much. Commander? Come in. Okay. And you ordered Izzy to get sensors up to full strength.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to do another work track.
the same
Magnitude
thing?
4.
So even though I already did the partial one before, I still have to do the full thing again? All right.
Major choices.
Yep. Now I know better.
Well, I mean, it's a good choice.
Yep. All right. So it's magnitude 4.
Magnitude 4, everything else is the same.
Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lower the interval by a die. Dolaran assist.
What did you do?
Complication.
1 success and a complication that I would like to buy off.
Goodbye.
Did you have a complication as well? Or?
He got a complication too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, never mind.
Okay,
He got 2
difficulty.
complications and failed.
Okay.
Wait, what was the difficulty? It was
Difficulty
1.
is 1.
So I got 1.
You got 1, so we'll give you that one. That was 1 interval, right? So we'll give you that one, but we're going to up the difficulty on this one by 1. So difficulty 2 for the remainder of this.
The rest. All right. Oh. 4.
Okay.
Okay. Let's The difficulty is now 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna lower the interval. And not by an extra die. Not by an extra die. And dollar and assist.
Success.
Okay, so that's 3
Success.
successes, so it's 1 magnitude.
Success.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10.
All right.
And that was still only one interval, yeah?
Yeah, it's still just 1 interval.
Okay.
To
To be clear, you've had 3 breakthroughs, you need 1 more.
I need 1 more.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna buy down the interval again. Just do 2. With Delrin's assist.
Fail.
It's just 1.
Fail on that one.
All right.
1 more interval.
I don't have any momentum to lower that interval.
You'll still get to roll. I'll let you
I
still
still
roll
roll
it.
it.
Yeah, I'll let you still roll it. Fail, so you got success.
All right. Mm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. You are able to bring the weapons back. I'm sorry,
Sensors.
the sensors back to full.
Okay.
I'd like to do a sensor suite with full sensors.
Sensors that are lying to me.
All right, sensor should be back up. Let's see what's really on that shuttle, please.
Let's see if we can locate Lieutenant Tashek.
So what's your order, Captain? You checking the shuttle or you looking for check?
I've already sent you back word that Tashek is supposedly in her room. Presumably, since comms are up, you could have whoever's nearest check on that.
I'm going to open a channel to Lieutenant Tashek, personally. Lieutenant Tashek, report. Okay, I'm going to close the channel. Follow your advice. Send someone to check on it in security.
Security detail rushes down to check.
More
the
than
room.
one person this time.
We'll send a few, say like 3.
3. It's actually the number that I was thinking.
Hey, perfect.
Great.
Yeah, we'll do 3.
It's almost like she.
3 rushing
It's a
to
rule of
Tashek's
3.
room.
But where are you? What are you doing? I'm so mad at you. San Diego.
That doesn't work.
Check San Diego.
No.
They rush down there and enter. Tashek's quarters are empty. They'll do their normal security thing. I'm gonna let them roll for it. They tear apart the room and they find her comm badge hidden in the room.
Of course, the comm badge is in the room.
Yeah.
So really, in the future, the comm badge is like a way of saying this is the life sign, or like this is the location of the
It's
person.
kind of like Find My Friend on my phone.
Right, but like we don't microchip in the future.
Well, so you
Apparently
can
not.
search by life signs,
Right,
but you have to specify that. If
So-
you just do a standard sensor scan and say,
Ah,
hey,
so
what's
if
the
you do
location of
an advanced
Starfleet
sensor
personnel?
scan, scanning specifically for Tashek's DNA signature.
You won't be able to get the DNA, but I'll let you Vulcan life science.
Okay.
Doing another sensor sweep?
Yeah.
Okay. And we are going to do a sensor sweep for this. Since you are doing the ship, we'll play it like a sensor sweep. So that's going to be the same thing we had before, which was... Where's my sheet? Why do I keep putting it away?
Will I be rolling as me or the ship?
You'll roll as you. We'll have someone else do the ship
Okay.
assist.
I can do the ship assist.
Yeah.
So
should
ship
not do
assist
the
of
ship
sensor and science. Sensor sweep for raw will be reason and science.
Okay.
Difficulty is 3.
Where's the
Ah,
ship stuff?
It's on the
lug
ship.
nuts.
Profile page. So
I don't want to be a threat.
no, these are the shuttles.
Can someone assist?
I'm assisting.
As the ship, can I get another
Where's the
Person
ship?
assist?
character?
Oh,
assist?
Can I
Yeah,
character
can
assist instead
character
of a ship
assist and I can ship assist?
we're all really, you know what?
We're
I do
working
have
it.
team dynamics and collaboration command as a talent and a focus, so I really know how to rally the team to help.
What does that talent do?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with making sure we all work together in a way that I'm commanding.
What is it called?
Collaboration command.
The ship stats on.
One of my talents is also dauntless, so I'll bargain the hell out of this piece for another piece of die.
Okay, so what exactly are we doing? So we're doing a sensor sweep,
Checking for Vulcan life signs.
checking for Vulcan life signs.
Seeing if we can get any sweet extras since we're out of momentum because the difficulty is 3, and feeling a little nervous about that, I'll be honest.
If I'm looped in on I was going to check her anyway. Can I, like, input? You said we're checking for Vulcan life signs, but like, if I assist, can I like use her genetic?
You guys are like on the ship index. You don't really have the controls you need to do that.
The other
Okay.
thing I will say is with the ship assist, we do have that automatic focus thing. So what was the ship rolling?
For sensors is sensor and science.
Okay, so it's only a 1. Never mind. If it was something if it was a department that was higher than 1, then we'd get potential for that.
I'll let you
focus
do.
doubling thing.
We'll do a sensor sweep with a ship assist. We're not going to do another person assist on that.
All right.
So it's going to be reason and reason and science, ship assist of sensor and science, difficulty of 3.
All right. Rolling the die.
Fail.
2 successes.
And as you're making that sensor sweep, you suddenly see your display go down.
Reason
Your
and science are 13.
Okay.
And
Your
I rolled a
sensors-
5 and a 7.
have gone down again.
Cool. Awesome. That was fun.
We just spent so much time in momentum getting the back.
I know, sad.
Yeah,
No,
we
it's rough.
got to do it again.
It's
Is
rough.
it safe to assume that someone is actively messing with my ship right now? That there is someone sitting at a terminal somewhere messing with this?
Would you make that assumption? As Izzy?
I'm not sure. I'm not familiar enough with the technology to recognize
I'm going to
whether.
make that
Okay.
assumption as a captain. Yes, someone is definitely fluffing our stuff. And not in a fun
Not in a
or
fun way.
sexy way.
Right. It's a fair assumption to make. I'm not even going to let you roll on that. It's a fair assumption to make.
I want to cut off all control to the computer core except through my terminal.
Can we pinpoint the location of where the nefarious...
I want to see who else is accessing the core right now.
Yes, I agree with you, Chief Izzy.
Yes,
I
let's
was
do
seeing
that
if
one.
there was
That's a good call, Captain. Sorry, you were saying.
No, please, go ahead. How would you like to solve this?
No, that was actually a good call. What you said was a good call. So I would like to figure out, I'm changing my mind. I was going to try to just isolate everything, but what she said was a better idea.
Let's figure out where this person is dicking into our computer system.
Okay, so you want to find wherever they're accessing.
Yes, we want the location so that we can still have access, but like tackle them or something.
Okay.
And
all right.
I would love to have Morganth at a computer console.
Morganth is in the middle of the
Literally
ship, right?
anywhere.
Yeah,
Just-
but we have comms. Just tell me to get to a computer console.
I'm on the group chat right now, and I would love to have Morganth at
Well,
a
I
computer
pop out of a
console.
Jeffries tube
Hi.
and jump
okay.
down.
So specifically, you are going to find out wherever this thing that blew the sensors came from, correct? All right. So give me a check. We will do reason and engineering, and we can do a ship assist as well on that. Let's do a ship assist of computers and engineering. We'll do difficulty of 2.
All right.
Success.
Well, yeah, that's 2.
So 3 successes?
Or no, 2 total.
2 total
No,
successes?
wait. What did you say? Reason engineering?
I
2
guess.
successes, so 3. 3 successes, so we get a
Okay,
back.
one momentum.
Okay.
Okay, you were able to isolate where that command came from that blew the sensors out again. It came from a control in Shuttle Bay 2.
All right, looks like there's someone in Shuttle Bay 2.
Cade.
Which one am I in?
You were in 1.
Okay, how close is that to 2?
I mean,
Probably right next to it, right?
relatively close. If you're running, If you are running, you could get there.
Okay, yeah.
Can they do like an intra-ship transport and beam directly there?
You would have to do a point-to-point transport and have to roll for it.
I'm just gonna.
He's just running.
Just go.
Yeah,
All right.
Run.
I'm in good shape.
It's
I can-
on the
I can
same
make a
level.
joke,
It's on
yeah.
the same deck and everything.
Yeah, same deck.
Okay.
You just gotta run.
Yeah.
Run.
I'll run with you.
You're running as well?
It's been a day.
It's
Yeah.
been a day. You get to Shuttle Bay 2. Shuttle Bay 2 is empty. You do see a crew member lying on the deck unconscious.
Can I scan for Vulcan life signs?
There
Or
are no
genetic
Vulcan.
material.
There are no Vulcan life signs. And if you're genetic material, there are a lot of Vulcans all over the place.
Okay.
So yeah.
Is there anything like with the rate of decay of such information? Can I tell what direction they have gone in?
I would like to see. Rate of decay.
Short answer, no. The rate of decay is long enough terms. You're not going to be able to see anything like that.
Okay.
Is the shuttle still there?
The shuttle is still there.
The Ochoa?
The runabout?
Yeah.
Runabout's just dead outside. You guys
Okay.
knocked it out of warp. It's just outside.
Yeah.
You're
I
in
thought
Shuttle
that's
Bay
what she
2.
was asking about.
The shuttle.
No. The shuttle and the.
So someone keeps hopping around.
Oh,
a
there's
crazed
another
gremlin.
shuttle in Shuttle Bay 2.
Yeah, you have 5 shuttles.
Okay.
Right. So someone keeps running around the ship like a crazed gremlin, causing all kinds of problems and leaving like a trail of unconscious bodies in their wake. Is there any way that, since we're at the last known location, can we get some kind of like tricorder scan on a residual life sign?
That's what I was trying
That's
to
what
do.
he. Yeah.
Oh.
Is there
was
someone
the
in
rate
that
of
shuttle?
decay.
I don't understand science as a human being very well, so thank you for explaining that to me. Cool.
I'm
Morganth, is
just
there someone?
techno-babbling my way through everything.
Morganth, is there someone in that shuttle?
Want to check shuttle?
Yeah.
Go over and open it up.
It is open.
Okay, there's nobody in the shuttle.
All right, I'm
Morganth,
sprinting to
what do you see at
3.
that? What do you see at that terminal?
What does the terminal look like?
The terminal looks normal. It looks like what you would normally expect.
Is someone patching through it? Is there a way to determine that?
By patching through, you mean somebody using it remotely?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, is someone did someone just make me think that there was someone at that terminal?
Give me a reason and engineering check, Morganth. Difficulty 1.
2 successes, which is amazing.
You made that face, and I was just like, oh no, that's a bad
was
face
like-
for her to make when she's doing an engineering check.
It does not appear that there's any remote access on this terminal.
If I spent a momentum, would it appear like there was?
No.
Okay. And we can't do like, I don't know, I guess they don't care. Do Vulcans have fingerprints?
Sure.
Just on the console. Can
You're
we
just gonna
scan
check
for that?
console? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Let's do inside and security. Why not?
Oh, well, 1 success. And I would like to spend a momentum.
Get rid of that
Get
complication.
rid of that.
You see a ton of fingerprints on there.
Yeah.
You do see, because I'm assuming you're checking for Tashek's fingerprints at this point. Yes, you do see Tashek's fingerprints on the pad itself.
Great.
Okay. What's next?
I'm sprinting to 3. I'm trying to
Sprinting to 3.
and scanning for Vulcan life signs along the way, just
Sure.
Captain,
seeing where I can.
can I block access to the computer core from all terminals except for mine?
Approved.
I would like to do that.
Give me a reason and engineering, difficulty 1.
Going to buy an extra die, just in case. Three successes.
Okay. You are isolating the core itself. So peripheral systems are still active, but access to the core itself is restricted to your terminal.
So does that mean they could still access those individual systems?
Potentially, because they're distributed throughout the ship. But the actual core itself.
I would like to roll to find to check.
This may be redundant since we're in red alert, but do we need to give an order to like lock down all the shuttle bays, make sure that no one else tries
Isn't
to
that what Red
leave?
Alert should be doing for them, but was it just not working because we've got compromised viruses for like loading bay, docking, locking situations? Cool. All right.
Just if we need to give an additional order to shut down the shuttle
To
bays.
who? The computers that are still not working?
Well, I don't know if it's like, I mean, we said red alert, but if we need to give like an individual order to each system, since each system is being affected differently.
Right.
Did she just roll for something?
Oh, that's what they've been doing. What?
She's still playing the game.
Yeah.
She's just,
Being very quiet about it.
as Vulcans are wont to do.
And I'm gonna find her. And I'm gonna grab her by the hair.
Oh,
Am I picking up the-
they're playing with their phone?
They are.
Oh,
They
okay.
are. They've been aware of this for a while, apparently. We just didn't notice.
Well, that's cool. I wonder if it's in the chat room. Can we read about it
It's
there?
not.
No, it's not. I literally just checked to see if
Certainly
anyone in the chat actually said anything useful.
I don't think it's in the Discord.
Do they like watching that?
FTL Physics guy says pull that dagger though, so
That dagger's happening, y'all.
I am right there with you, sir.
Yeah, you've got full permission to go dagger if you want.
Am I picking up anything on my jog?
Jog. I mean, you're at Shuttle Bay 3 at this point.
Yes.
Shuttle Bay 3 seems fine.
Okay.
There is the normal attendant that is there.
Which shuttle bay is the Ochoa normally out of?
One.
And you already checked it?
You guys were in one. One was empty.
Yeah,
I
we
thought
were in
You
one.
guys were in one, right?
Yeah, we covered one, and then I ran to two.
Ran to two.
Morganth joined me there. We cleared that there was the officer there was down. I ran to three, trying to cut her off. The officer there is fine.
Australia is fine.
Okay. If we can't lock it down from like keeping the shuttle out, then I'm just gonna tell him like lock the door from the inside, basically. Security, we got a mole on the run. And continuing on.
I like how we did it. Well, we got a mole.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Moving on. Running around, seeing if I can pick up any Vulcan life signs as I
How many shuttle
go.
bays do we
Just
have?
trying to chase her down. Just trying to beat her off it. Beat her
Okay.
to the next.
We have extensive
Pass.
shuttle bays. How many is that?
You have 5 shuttle baits.
Can I open a private channel to Cade?
Yes.
Cade, do you know of any kind of biological agents that affect only Vulcans in an incapacitating sort of fashion? Perhaps something you could pump through the
Given my
ship?
focus in xenobiology, would I be familiar with such agents?
I'm not, but I'll let you roll to see if there's such a thing out
Okay.
there. It's going to be difficult, though. We'll do reason and medicine difficulty.
I know there's something that'll mess him up real bad.
Difficulty 2.
I would
Okay.
like to assist.
I'm going to buy a die as well.
How are you, system?
This is a.
Maybe
she'll-
Izzy
she's a
just
private
said,
Oh, yeah,
channel.
private
Izzy
channel.
just said, I
Oh no,
would
Cindy!
love it,
Cindy
but-
just said there's something that messes
Yeah,
him up
but
real bad.
private
Izzy was
channels
not
is
in on
just-
that
yeah.
conversation.
Just going to
Sorry.
at this point.
Reason and medicine, we said?
Yes.
Okay. So
Difficulty 2.
Oh, one success.
Don't know of anything.
Okay, there we go.
Not that I'm aware of. Not that would not affect other races and species on board.
All right, I'll shelve the idea.
It's a good idea, Captain. I'll see if my memory gets jogged while I'm jogging around this deck, heading to Shuttle Bay 4.
Heading to Shuttle Bay 4.
Yeah, I'm
Are
just clearing this deck at this point.
Morganth, are you sticking with Cade this whole time? Quit looking at her stuff.
No. I will not stop. I would like to make this very difficult for you. If I can't do it in the game, then I'm going to do it in real life.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't care.
I have private business.
Is there any way we
Captain-
can shut down Lauren's phone in
No,
real life?
I would like to smash Lauren's phone. I'd like to roll for,
Vandalism of my friend's property.
yes, former friend.
Captain, does your override of the shuttle allow you to bring it back into the shuttle bay?
You just shut down the engines. It didn't actually give you control.
Do we have tractor beams back up or?
Weapons are back online, right?
Weapons are back online.
Is
Sure.
the tractor
I
part
mean,
of
the
weapons?
tractor was working before.
Tractor was
we
working
just
before.
Failed.
Yeah, it just
But it
failed.
was in. But the ship was moving at the time, so maybe now that it's not.
What are you
moving,
looking to do, Izzy?
Can we put
Just bring the shuttle back in.
Do you want us to park the car properly while someone is messing up our ship?
I mean, like I'm gonna keep working down here, but I'm just concerned about them getting control of the shuttle back.
The number of false readings and systems we've got shutting down at this point. I mean, she might be on the shuttle still for
There
all we
might still
know.
be
We're
someone
just
on the
getting
shuttle
false
because our
negatives.
sensors are.
I'll go check it out personally. Thank you for the idea. I'm going to transport down to the, or whatever's faster
walk
and
down.
cheaper dice-wise. I'm just going to walk down, go to the shuttle.
Well, no. Okay. So the shuttle is still outside the ship.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do have to beam aboard to the...
If you want to be on the Ochoa, you're gonna have to be.
Yeah, all right. I'll beam aboard.
Okay.
Do I have to
You
roll for
are-
that?
Hold on, I want to check something real quick. You don't have to roll for it. I'll use the transporter guy to roll for it. Do you want to call down the transporters? Oops, wrong one.
Oh, it's success. Automatic success.
Success!
Oh,
Success!
Calling down the transporters?
Yeah. Transport me to the Ochoa.
There's no response.
Can I transport myself to the Ochoa?
Not from the bridge.
Was that an open channel, or do we know that there's no
Yeah.
opening? George? I left him in the transport room. Damn it. Morgan, I'm heading back for the transport room.
Yep.
I want to isolate all of the systems.
Can be a little more. I hate to do this, but can you be a little more specific? All of those systems.
Anything that'll let.
Want to have the only like I don't want anyone else to be able to access any more of our systems. All those systems that are separate, I want someone is getting into someone is taking control of my ship and I don't like it.
Can we, like, we've been kind of doing a two-person hunt down. Can we mobilize
You can send
security
security team,
units
yeah. You
to
can
like?
send
Oh yeah, no. I'm sorry. We're on red alert.
Yeah, you are. You want security teams doing what specifically?
Oh, the security teams are.
So when we go to red alert, are there like a set number of things that happen when we go
Well,
to...
they're different. Well, I mean, there's a security protocol for red alert, but there's a security protocol for a boarding party. There are
Okay.
different things for this.
I see. So that's what we need to be stating in the game when we're doing things like red alert just doesn't mean...
Red alert means that you're on high alert.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it
All right,
doesn't
yeah.
mean that security is doing a room-to-room search or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Security is doing a room-to-room search.
Okay.
Now that they're able to again.
Yeah.
I was still in the mode of like, I have to run to each of these places myself. Wait, we have access to all of your security team.
Yeah.
All of those shiny
Okay, so I've kind of lost track of where everybody's going. Captain, you want to beam over. You guys are running to transporter room
Yes.
right now, and you wanted to do what specifically?
I'm not running to the transporter.
You're
room.
not. So just you going transporter room. You want to do what specifically?
I want to see. I want to see who has most recently accessed the sensor system.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a recent engineering check, difficulty of 1.
Two successes.
You see a log that Captain Rawl was the last one to access the sensor systems.
Did she do a sensor?
You see that Captain Rawl's login was used in Shuttle Bay number 2 to access the security systems.
I did use my alpha code to open...
No.
But not in the
No.
shuttle
It's
bay.
not in the-
Not
No.
in the shuttle bay, but back when...
No.
No.
Your
Someone's using your log. Someone's
That's
using
what I was
your.
getting
Yeah.
because I had spoken it earlier. Someone may have heard it, much like a keystroke logger.
Or somebody
They might have had access
had
to
a
it
level of
before.
access to it that wasn't you speaking it.
Fair.
Morganth, I could
Either
use
or
your
first.
help.
What do you need?
A higher level of computer expertise than I have.
Sure. Do we need to shut down?
Yeah, you were going to a terminal. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Although apparently I need to go to that terminal.
Yeah, come to engineering.
Running to engineering. Jumps transporter. So you get to transporter room. You find George unconscious on the floor. He's been attacked. It seems like there was some phaser fire within the transporter room.
You just stunned those?
He appears to be stunned. Yes.
Okay. And the transporter
Also
operator?
down. Also down.
Okay. Bring them both back around, and while they're waking up, I'm just gonna. Now that I've seen him do it, can I look at the transport logs?
You can access transporter logs. Yes.
Okay. What are the most? What does it show me? Most recent.
You see that there was a transport authorized by Captain Rawl to the Ochoa.
Okay. Does it give the origin?
From this transporter room.
Okay. And was there any activity prior to that? Did anybody beam to this?
No.
Okay, so she left the shuttle, came back here. Okay, so she's on the Ocho. Like, Captain, we need to. When time frame wise?
Not long.
Okay, Captain, she's aboard the Ochoa.
Nelson spins around. Captain, the Ochoa's warping. They're back up. They're heading to warp.
So, am I?
Our weapons are functional.
I had, I think somewhere in this melee chaos had said I wanted to get on the Ochoa.
Yep.
You would.
How far am I from that goal at this point?
He can attempt to point and get you on the Ochoa.
Please do this for me.
Okay.
Control and engineering check. Ship assist of sensors and engineering.
Can I have the transport guy do it instead?
You'll have to take the time to
Sure.
wake them up.
Sure, if you want to.
What is that?
No, just do it,
do I
You should
Jonah.
do it.
Okay, I'm just
do
saying
it.
he's gonna have a better chance of
You
succeeding.
can buy
than
die.
if it's- Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
buy the die.
What's the difficulty?
Control and engineering difficulty is going to be 2.
Okay.
Ship assist of sensors and engineering.
That one. Okay.
Fail.
Prophets guide me.
All right, I'm not on it. That's fine.
Tractor beam.
Yeah, let's try to tractor beam it.
Tractor beam is going to be control and security. We can let Nelson, or let's do a ship assist of structure and security, Captain. Nelson will go with control and security.
Okay.
Hold on. Does it have to be Nelson, or is that something that I could do?
You're not there.
You're not there.
It has to, but that one has to be
on the ship.
done.
We'll do it
the
on the. It would
bridge.
increase the difficulty if you try to do it from
Okay.
down there.
Oh,
Oh.
I got a 20.
Tractor beam does not function.
Fine.
They miss the tractor beam,
Great.
and the Ochoa goes to warp.
Can we torpedo it?
It is just gone to warp.
Gone. Cool. It's been fine.
Can we track it, chase it?
Nothing is working properly.
Nope.
And you have sensors. Nelson spins
I don't know if that engine's
around.
back or not.
Captain, shuttle's leaving shuttle bay 5.
Torpedoes?
You gonna fire on it?
Yeah.
All right, firing
Not
torpedoes.
Not torpedoes. That'll
Phasers,
Disable.
phasers.
Disable. Shoot to disable, Captain.
I'm mad. I want to use a
Shoot
torpedo.
To disable. It's our
It's gonna
stuff.
blow us
It's
up
our
if we
stuff.
fire torpedoes at it right now.
Fine.
We'll be more likely to hit it with the phasers at close
Too
range.
close for missiles. Let's switch to gun.
Okay, ship assist of weapon and security. And we'll do a control and security. Nelson will take the shot.
Ooh.
Fail.
Want to buy some dice?
Yeah.
Sure.
One.
Hit on phasers. You want to roll some damage on that thing?
You roll for
Yeah,
it.
what's the
You've got the Mazu sheet.
phaser banks? What am I doing? Is that the number I'm rolling?
Mm-hmm.
7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 effects.
Somebody pull up one of your shuttle sheets. I don't have a shuttle sheet.
Which one is it?
The Ochoa?
No,
No.
not the
No.
Ochoa,
Show
the
went to
other
warp.
shuttles.
This is one of the other.
Which one is
They're
it?
both all gonna have the same. Just pull up one and find out what the shields and resistance and everything is on it.
Shields
Hold
are
on, you're gonna
3,
tell me-
resistance is 1.
On this whole spaceship, if she doesn't have her dumb thing on, we don't know where she is?
You tried to scan for Vulcan life signs.
I know. This is why I
Failed.
had that whole microchip
Oh wait,
question.
what's the? Wait, what do the check marks mean?
It's the empty ones. Don't worry about the check
It's the empty
marks.
ones. Okay, yeah. So it's three shields and 1 resistance.
Okay, and how much did you roll there?
A lot more than that.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus and 4 effects.
What happened when we scanned for Vulcan life signs?
We failed the roll,
rolls.
so the sensors shut down.
Weren't working.
Okay, are they working now?
No. it's-
No, nothing is working. That's why I need to get this out of our system.
You guys are having fun though, right? I mean, you guys.
I'm gonna be mad at you, and I'm mad at you.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Out of character?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is so sad. The shuttle takes a hit, and engines do take damage. There's a breach on the engines. So it is not functioning at this point, and the shuttle is disabled off the port bow of the ship.
Can we scan for life signs on the shuttle?
Absolutely. Do a scan.
What is it?
Do a sensor sweep, reason and science, with a ship assistive sensor and science. That's ship
Is that a thing that I can do from wherever I am?
You're at a computer terminal right now, so
Yeah.
I would assume so.
I would assume so. Normally I would increase the difficulty, but I'm going to ignore that for this one.
Success from the ship.
Fail in a complication.
The sensors are still jacking up.
Can I just go ahead and like disable or at least handicap the life systems aboard the shuttle to oxygen at a % that won't kill someone, but will definitely.
No, go
strip
ahead and
them
kill
out?
him.
No.
There's anyone even on board.
Try to tractor it back.
I kind of want to make sure that whoever's in there can't do squat before I bring her back. So
Well,
Yeah,
you can have a team of.
appreciate the advice, Izzy. Shut down
Yep.
the life systems, or at least put them at like 10.
Well, I can't do that remotely.
So
Can I?
here's, hold
This
on.
was a question for the GM.
We are technically at this point in ship-to-ship combat.
Okay.
So you guys are going to be able to do your stuff. If you fire on it again, it's increasing the difficulty. If you do all that other stuff, it increases the difficulty until everybody takes a chance. So just like you are doing stuff, the shuttle's also going to have a chance to do something as well, which is what they're doing right now.
Oh, I see.
Okay, back to you guys. So what's the plan, Captain?
Do we learn anything from this or no? From what you just did? Has
Not from
any-
what I just did, no.
Okay.
Clearly, we are crippled right now, so I'm gonna get back to focusing on that
Okay.
as my turn in this ship-to-ship combat. If it was a computer, I would do a factory reset.
Have you tried
don't
turning
wanna-
it off and on again?
You don't want to do that. That would take a long time to reboot an entire starship
Yeah,
and may not work.
yeah.
What is it that you're trying to do?
We have malicious code
I see. You're
in
working on
every
code.
system on our
Okay.
ship,
So
which
this
has
is-
already allowed one shuttle
Right.
to
Is
escape
this
with
part of the
whoever.
ship-to-ship combat as well, just fixing systems?
This
No.
is I am actively trying to work on it while we're in combat.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the order, Captain? Because you just fired once, so what's the next?
Yeah, there's this talk about life support getting to like some chokehold type thing.
If you want to target a specific system, then I'll increase the difficulty for the targeting, increase the difficulty for the second attack in this round, but I'll let you do another attack on that.
Let's try it.
When I'm saying targeting system is life
Yeah.
support systems.
I'll let you do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you do
I don't
that,
have to just specify which part of the life support
No, of
system
course
is.
not.
Okay.
Of course not. No. Okay, so we'll let you do another attack with phasers. Same
Okay.
thing. Difficulty on this one is going to be 4.
Great. Why don't you take some threat? Because I have no momentum and only 2 die.
How much?
I don't know. How
You want me to
do I
max
get a
it
ship
out?
assist
Do we
on
get a
this?
ship assist
You get
on
a
that?
ship assist. Yep.
Okay, then just
one.
one.
Okay. Then for the attack is going to be control and security, and then the ship assist of weapons and security.
Okay. You got the ship assist, Kate?
Yep.
2 successes, and does this, when I get a 1 or Starfleet emblem, does that count for anything?
Success.
Yeah, that's a critical.
double?
That's a double.
Great.
So that's 4 successes.
Yes.
That is a hit. Roll some damage.
How many do I get to roll for
Oh,
damage?
yeah. It's the same thing. It's the phasers.
Yep.
Yeah.
That many?
Yep.
Yes, we are.
Oh, go to sleep, baby. If it's out, do I
It
get
didn't
to
land in the
reroll?
tray. She
No.
needs to reroll.
Reroll this one.
That's a cock die.
Hey.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And they're all with effects.
Oh, yeah.
5 and 5 effects.
5 effects.
Wow. Y'all are kind of awesome. Yeah, so you've targeted that. Shields and structures already down, so we have multiple breaches. You do target that, it's going to knock it offline. It's also going to knock out, you're able to see that it knocks out sensors as well. So engines, sensors, and allies were offline on the shuttle.
What shuttle is this again?
The one that just tried to leave Shuttle Bay
one.
5.
Pick
Just
one.
we had
The navigator.
Navigator. There you go.
and you said it was shields are down, life support, and weapons or
Mhm.
engines.
Engines.
Engines. Okay.
I don't think there are any weapons on that shuttle.
No.
Other than
there's
malicious
phaser banks.
agent.
There's phaser banks.
Oh, there are phaser banks? Oh, there you
Type 4 phaser banks.
Great. Okay.
Versatile 2, Escalation 2, whatever that means.
go. All right.
Does that mean you guys need to take a turn on your
No.
secret track? Okay. I open a channel to Morganth and we still have to kind of like reel it in or whatever.
Let's
right?
tractor it in.
Yeah, we can tractor it in safely now. What shuttle bay is open for that?
The one I
Put it
just
in
left.
5.
Okay.
Is Cade still making the rounds of the? No, you're in.
I mean, I'm
transporter.
in the
He's in
transporter
transport.
room with Jorshin.
Nelson
Lieutenant
works on the
Transport.
tractor beam and is able to lock a tractor beam onto the shuttle and start
Can
pulling
you-
it into Shuttle 5.
Can you transport to Shek?
You have to find her first.
I mean, yeah, we have to get a
Maybe
beam on her. I mean,
we'll
like,
work
if she's on that shuttle, potentially I could beam over and then beam her back, but unless we
Morgan,
get a lock on her.
Well, hold on. If she's on the shuttle, why would you have to beam over there?
We're not. It's like we know she's on there, but we can't prove she's on there. So none of our systems are going to be able to identify.
And she
or
might be on the
mark.
Ochoa, and this is a red herring.
Hence,
so.
I would love for you, Morgant, to get to Shuttle Bay 5 and see if you can apprehend Tashek.
Yes, Captain.
Or whoever was on that shuttle.
Or whoever's on the shuttle.
Yes,
Hopefully
Captain.
they're passed out AF.
So they are being dragged in. The navigator's being pulled back in to Shuttle Bay 5. I'm assuming that you have a security detail on.
Security details there, and I am there because I'm very fast.
You're so super
The most
fast.
detailed of them
We
all.
took out life support, is that?
Yeah.
We said that? Okay, I'm gonna head that way in case
Yep.
anyone needs sending to.
Okay. The navigator does get pulled back into Shuttle Bay and is nestled gently on the ground. There's smoke and sparks, obviously, because it took some decent damage from some phaser fire. What do you want to do?
Smoke and Sparks sounds like a really
that
good place to like do some shopping or eat some food.
I'm gonna say
Right.
it sounds like a really good barbecue joint.
Barbecue
Yeah,
and
good
cocktails.
I'd
barbecue.
like
Oh,
to
yeah, yeah,
open
yeah.
the
So-
shuttle.
Opening the shuttle?
Yeah.
Okay. You open the shuttle and are immediately met with phaser fire from inside. And on that note, we're going to call it an
We're already 10 over, so.
evening. Yep. We're going to call it an evening, y'all. We will see you next time. All the drama, all the chaos. I'm getting like looks over here. Oh, man.
They're called daggers, Mark.
Daggers.
They're called daggers.
She does like her daggers. she does like her daggers.
I'm
Anyways,
flush enough I can see it on the
Uh,
screen.
was that stressful?
Yes!
A little bit.
I don't know how stressful that was. Anyway, so
Lauren,
we
are you
going
having
to-
fun? Welcome to our game. You are!
A little flushed. You guys don't know who was shooting out of that shuttle. You don't know what's happening.
No, we
It
don't. We
might
don't know
still be.
anything because the whole ship is. I'm just gonna throw everything.
I noticed. We're going to get out of here, though. We're going to be back next week and find out what happens. Who's on the shuttle? What's next?
It's space right now.
It's still there. I'm going to pay for this when we're done. There's no one to pay for it. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us, y'all. We do appreciate it. If you like what we're doing, make sure you tell your friends. Make sure you're back next time, and we will do all the fun and exciting stuff. Join us on the continuing adventures of the USS Mazu on Constellation. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Remember, take care of yourselves.